get started on our very next Madden rebuild. It is one that, we've been going through so far. I've made 4. It has been the 4 drafted quarterbacks up to this point. Now we're starting with 5. The Denver Broncos, Bo Nix, and the 5th drafted quarterback in this draft class. Next, we may or may not do the Vikings. I'm not sure yet. Either way, let's look at this roster. First off, yeah, Troutman's better. I want Dulcich starting. He's got Star Devin. There's not much of a difference. Other than that, this team is not special. We are at the right thing, right? I mean, is that our center? Oh, even better. Great. Center's bad. Bad. Matt Pert, aren't you a tackle? I was about to say, can you play center? But honestly, I don't want to be doing that if you're more of a tackle than even a guard. Yeah, I'm not sure here. So, I guess let's just start off with this. Bo Nix is our quarterback of the future. He's 76 overall. We've done the training camp. He got 2 points. Yeah, he's done a pretty good job developing up to this point. Javonte Williams, he's our running back. A solid 2-back in Jaleel McLaughlin. I'm fine with that. Let's talk about the receiving room, though. Courtland Sutton is more of a receiver 2. I'm not really impressed with him as a receiver 1. Josh Reynolds is a very good receiver 3. That's about it, though. Marvin Mims is also a pretty solid receiver 3. And I'm not talking about their Madden rating. I'm talking about them in real life. I do like the addition of Troy Franklin. Honestly, in my opinion, Troy Franklin, especially being the connection with Bo Nix that he has coming from Oregon, that's going to help a lot. And honestly, I really kind of want to just bench Reynolds under Franklin and let him play the wide receiver 2 role so he can develop him, which I think I'm going to do. Because how old is Josh Reynolds? He's 29. He'll be 30. Yeah, there's just no point in playing him when I could get Troy Franklin on the move, right? So, Garrett Bowles, solid left tackle. That's fine. Cool. Whatever. Powers is sufficient for now. Left guard, we'll say. That's a problem. Quinn Miners, that's great. He's one of the best guards in the league. Mike McGlinchey, solid right tackle. We're fine with it. Let's check out the defense, though. So, looking at our defensive roster, let's start on the front line. So, Franklin Myers, Allen, and DJ Jones, I'm fine with that. Except we don't have a lot of depth. That's kind of our next problem. We're not really great in this area. Could be a lot better. How big is Benito? He's 240. Not quite as big as I'd want him to be. We could consider moving another one down. Like, let's go ahead and check out Jonathan Cooper. I'm not really sure if his size either. He's bigger. Okay, so 257. We're working more there. If we wanted to, we could slide Jonathan Cooper down to this area, maybe like a backup here. He might be listed as a backup. We might definitely do that, actually. Benito, he might as well be a backup because it's better to have him on the field than not, especially when his backup is substantially worse. But let's talk about the linebackers now. Other than, the role of Cooper and Browning as it is, they're fine. Definitely going to be needing an upgrade at some point, but they're fine. Drew Sanders, I'm excited for him as a middle linebacker. He's a guy who can do a lot of things. Really could be an edge rusher if we wanted him to, but right now not needed. We have a lot of depth in the linebacker room, but not a lot of good. It's a lot of, 78 and lower. And, a good amount of that, but just not an amazing team overall. Between those guys, I mean, we're fine. Definitely going to be looking to upgrade sooner rather than later, but, a pristine edge rusher would be nice. Then we have P.J. Locke and Brandon Jones as our safeties. They're fine. I'd really like to replace Locke sooner rather than later as well. But then, checking out the big part of the secondary here, Pat Surtain and Riley Moss. Riley Moss, white chocolate. Yeah, let's go. I love it. Love to have him here. Levi Wallace is a solid CB3, and Chris Abrams-Drain a solid CB4. I'm very fine with that in terms of cornerback room-wise. One thing is, I want Abrams-Drain to play more. I want him to develop. I'll take the loss on Levi Wallace for that. I will. I don't mind. I'm fine with all this, really. I don't really see anything wrong with any of this. Drew Sanders could be a really good rushing left end. That's interesting there. We're going to move him up once Zach Allen's already playing right here. But yeah, this is what we're going to be working with. Drew Sanders, even a good sub linebacker. We'll leave Cody Barton for now. No, I want to get Sanders some playtime. I'm going to do that. And then our slot will be Marvin Mims and then Troy Franklin. No, we'll leave Josh Reynolds there. That way he gets maybe some snaps here, okay? Either way, that's what we're looking at for our roster. So, with that being said, what do we need to do? We need to hire and assign some scouts. Our biggest need, there could be a lot of them, to be honest with you. We're going to assume that Bo Nix works out for now. So we're not going to worry about that. We're just going to go and get rid of everything. Get rid of everything, start from scratch. Starting off, we need a receiver, a really dominant receiver, but it's not the biggest need. Don't really need a corner. We could use some O-line help, that's for sure. We could use a linebacker, that's for sure. I'm thinking we go OLBDN might be the way to go. Actually, I prefer to go IOLDN. Because we do need some interior O linemen pretty badly. And then I'll go. We got OLB or IOLD end. Let's find some OLB, maybe receiver. That'd be cool if that's possible. I see a tight end. That's actually fine. I'll take that. Our tight end's not very good either. And then finally, we'll go with the last tier. Fill out some holes here. Let's go another DEIOL. Let's go with a tackle selection here. Maybe a tackle defensive, both the tackles sides. And then we'll go with the wide receiver safety. That right there is what we're gonna do. Assigning them nationally. That's always good. And then let's go figure out where we want our O-line, outside linebacker, and a tight end. Make sure we get the right spot for that. I don't know if there's anywhere specific a tight end's really gonna show up. I'm not really seeing anything anywhere. Okay, so I see a negative right outside linebacker here. There's a good OLB right there. Jamon Dumas Johnson. And Jalen Walker's here. So we'll go with Southeast probably for that. Southeast here. And then, let's see. D-end IOL and OTDT. Tackle. Do we have anywhere with a defensive tackle that stands out? Defensive tackle in the Northeast. Left tackle's bad here, though. But there is Reed Holsky. We'll do that in Northeast. That's fine with me. And then D-end, OIOL, or wide receiver. Left end and central. There we go. There we go. Yeah, perfect. Now we've got a perfect lineup where there at least is a positive in every single side. That works for me. This is going to be, a longer rebuild. I don't think we're going to get done in just 2 years. I think this is going to be more of a 3 to 4 year rebuild. We've got some things to talk about here with the press, with the media. Let's see what we got. First press conference of the season. Obviously, Sean Payton's not in this game, so it's the legendary Peter Gaffney, former longtime Patriots head coach. If you know it, you know. How will you handle your QB development? What do you mean? What's your question here, man? Also, update right now as we're speaking. Josh Reynolds, Broncos wide receiver, just got shot. Cool. Okay. Will you play your rookie quarterback this season, or will he sit? I've pressed he's going to play every time. And I'm going to do it this time because the backup's not any he's just substantially worse. I want to let him sit, though. Because it says they'll improve a lot faster if they sit. So, I'm really hoping that maybe when I do the Vikings rebuild with J.J. McCarthy, maybe they'll have the same question and I can let him sit. You can only hope, though. So, going into the season, what area of the team are we worried about the most? Let's say probably the offense. The offense is not as built as the defense. We have some good things on the defense. PS2 obviously being a big part of that. What part of the defense is the strongest? Our defense, I'd say the pass defense is pretty good. You got Patrick Surtain. Can you be more specific? I think our corners are good. Yeah, I do like our corners a lot. I think they're really solid. What would a successful season look like statistically? Let's say we can get 10 picks. I think that's possible. Just from our CBs. Who knows? We'll see. But Riley Moss, Pat Surtain, get some picks for me. We've got our scouts assigned. Checking out weekly strategy. We'll work with these guys for now, trying to get them all developed as much as we can. And now let's do one more thing before we get fully into this rebuild. We've got to figure out, our starting center's bad. Our season goal is bad. We need to figure that out too. I'm going to say just 4 wins because we might be really bad. And honestly, I kind of prefer us to be really bad this year. Get a good pick. But are there any free agent O-linemen that might be willing to come in here and help out? Shelby Harris. He was a Bronco formerly. 71 Matt Filer. Brian Allen. He's only 28 years old. That's pretty solid. I think we're going to bring in Brian Allen. He does have some injury issues, I know. But we have a terrible center playing right and he's only 28. So I'll take Brian Allen for a year. And we're going to have to cut somebody on his note, but that's fine. We'll see what we got here. Alex Forsythe, he's terrible, man. He's so bad. Who was our other centers? It was Forsythe and then Wattenberg, who's really not much better than Forsythe, but we'll cut Forsythe. He's really bad. And Brian Allen's our new starting center. Make sure that is set in our depth chart, and we'll move on with this season, man. I think, like I said, I'm going to predict that we have a pretty bad season this year. I'm going to predict that this is going to take 4 years, we'll say. Either way, let me know down in the comments right now what you think this is going to take, how many years, and let's get started. Just our third week into the season. We've lost twice. That's okay with me, though. D-line breakout. That's what we're worried about here. What's happening? Who's getting a breakout? Hopefully it's a young guy, not a Zach Allen getting the superstar. That would be really stupid. I'd really kind of hate that, to be honest with you. Zach Allen showed flash this last game. I mean, Zach, it's better than nothing, but how high are your expectations for him moving forward? Above average. He's a little bit older. We're putting some pressure on him. 3 tackles for loss for a dev trade upgrade. That, I doubt, happens. If it does, cool. If it doesn't, whatever. We've got some regional focus scouting to take care of, though. Making sure we got everybody aligned to where we want them. We want their focus to definitely be on receivers. That's for sure. We want their focus to be on... Did I do this wrong? Crap, I think I did this wrong. I put somebody in the wrong spot, didn't I? Somehow, I don't know. I don't understand. Anyways, we're going to go D-end here. Because I think that's what I was trying to do anyways from the beginning, but I don't know what happened and what messed up. Then D-tackle on this one. Need help on that. Just defensive front across the board, really. And then OLB. See what we got over here in the Southeast. James Pierce Jr., really solid player from Tennessee. That'd be an awesome get. But we'll see what we get later on. Just need to take care of that for a minute. Now, some things I'll let you know. We're going to definitely focus on getting the extra focus players unlocked here at the bottom. That's always my first thing to get in these rebuilds is just to be able to develop more players at once. It's a very helpful thing. So either way, that'll do it for this week. If Zach Allen gets something, you'll see me again. If he doesn't, you'll still see me again, but it'll be later. All right, we got to stop in and make some signings, some re-signings. Javonte Williams, a guy we definitely want to bring back. He's a pretty solid running back. We'll give him that deal right there. Give him to this 28 age year. Baron Browning, he's another one I am interested in, especially at that number. We'll give him a 3 years also to his 28. Sounds good to me. Levi Wallace, we'll wait on him. Cody Barton, also going to wait on him. Jonathan Cooper, going to wait on him as well. Garrett Bowles, going to wait on him. Zach Wilson, goodbye. Jaquan McMillan, goodbye. DJ Jones, probably goodbye, but we're going to wait on it. Anybody else that I care about? Brian Allen. We'll give him another year if he'll take that. He's not ready to say yes right now. Okay, we'll wait on him then. That's not a big deal. We may or may not bring Brian Allen back, and he's fine, but we could probably get a better one next year. Probably. But, yeah, right now, Cody Barton, maybe. He's only 27, and that's a really good number. Let's see what he does with this. He's starting to like it. We'll just kind of sit on that. Garrett Bowles is just a little older, man. I don't really want to do that at that age. John Cooper, what is his number? Oh, man, that's really not bad either. But at the same time, I want Jonah Ellis to get his rotational in and be able to be a player sooner rather than later. So, maybe we look to trade John Cooper. That's possible. Right now, we're slated to be third in the draft order. We're 2 and 3. And, trades-wise, could we trade something? Sure. Maybe so. Maybe we do. What do we go for? Maybe a better center. Well, there's really not one. An edge rusher. Epinesa, okay, there's something there, maybe. Herbig would be cool. He's young, developmental. But honestly, see, the problem is we don't have anybody here that's really that impressive otherwise. So I'm going to do something. I'm going to drop, like, John Cooper probably on the trade block and see what is available. Let's go see. Who am I going to put on the trade block here? Levi Wallace, John Cooper, shoot, Zach Wilson, why not? And maybe even DJ Jones. We'll see. We're going to put on the trade block and just see what their value is. I could even try Cortland Sutton and just see if there's anything of value. We'll probably do all that. Well, we've hit our season target. We're 4 and 3. Wonderful. Whoop-de-freaking-do. National Focus Scouting. Here, I know we don't have a great interior alignment, but I probably still want to do that anyways. I mean, let's just see. View the region prospects here. Check and see what we got. So left guard, Tyler Booker from Alabama. Okay. Donovan Jackson. There we go. Joshua Gray. Yeah, the center class ain't great. Tate Ratledge is a really good one. Jaden Roberts from Alabama. DJ Campbell. And honestly, they won't list him in here as it, but Will Campbell probably is a guard in the NFL. I should have stayed in there. Let's also check out the ends. See if it's more worth it to go there. Michael Williams, obviously a big-time name. JT Tumalal, Patrick Payton. Prince of yeah, that one. Landon Jackson, okay. Right in, Jack Sawyer, Nick Scorton. All right, we're going with the ends. I think the DN room here. But we know who those guys are. We're going to go with the O-line because I don't know them as well. And that way we get a better insight. And, you know, if we get a chance to take a Landon Jackson in round 2, I'll be plenty okay with that. I think Landon Jackson could be a really good player. Also, go Hogs. So, I mean, you know, that works out well. Either way, Bo Nix up to a 78. We just got to keep trumping through this season. Hopefully, we'll lose some games. I know it's not really what you normally want to hear, but, well, that's kind of where we're at this point. I don't really want to be winning games, yet we are. We've got a bunch of upgrades to do here real quick. We'll see. And I'll just keep moving through the season. Abrams Drain, that's a big one because can I do the slot cheese? No. They've kind of tampered that down a little bit this year. Kind of hate it, but either way, we'll keep going through the season. It is week 9. We're 5-3. We can't stop winning games, man. I mean, we're just too good. So what we're going to do here is look to trade some pieces. We definitely could use, I don't know, more assets. I want to see what Cortland Sutton's worth on the market, okay? Kyler Gordon, Mike Gesicki, Martin Emerson. Ooh, that's a, ooh, okay. I mean, we don't really need a corner, though. That's the only thing. Let me see. Hold on. So, into the season hits, and we made the stinking playoffs. We're 10-7. That's whoop-de-freaking-do, man. Look at all these storylines. Coach Ryan Clark said our past coverage. You predicted the starting corners would combine for 10 picks. He roasted us for not meeting that goal. Yeah, I should have done the other one. We had a really good pass defense in terms of yardage. We just didn't pick off the ball. I think we might have been, we were first in pass yards, 187 yards allowed per game. That's insane. That's a really, really good year. So yeah, and then remember back when you said we won 8 to 9 games? Sure. He was talking about how good of a job we did because we won 10 games. Whoop-de-freaking-do, man. I'm not happy about it. I don't want to do that. 2,500 XP for players and 7 staff points. Whoop-de-day, whoop-de-do, whatever. We got a playoff game. It's against Kansas City, though. So, inevitably, we shall lose, I assume. Watch us not, dude. Watch us win it in year 1. Bo Nix, rookie quarterback, Super Bowl. Some garbage like that. Yeah, the trolls are going wild on my socials. Well, you're the one who made that public, pal. Let's not talk about that like it was my fault. He lost, 20 morale. Looks like you're getting traded, bub. And we'll see. Anywho, honestly, I'm just going to simulate this because we're probably going to lose. If we don't, I'll be absolutely floored. You're joking. Well, I guess we got something to look forward to now. Here's who we're working on. Riley Moss, Drew Sanders, Jonah Ellis, trying to get that defense really built up. We just beat the Chiefs in the playoffs. Are you kidding me? It's kind of frustrating, to be honest with you. Denver fans, look, you might got something to look forward to. If y'all can just rattle off some wins here. We were 4-3 in this. Y'all are 4-3 in real life. Hey, it might work out for you. Honestly, I don't care. Just auto-update. Yeah, I guess we're kind of in it now. We're in the second round. We might as well try to go for something. Real quick, let's do some stuff here to improve our team. Definitely want to do that. I like that one. It's a big one. Agility for linebackers. I like that. We got to make our linebackers as good as they can be. Let's go see if we can play the moments against these Ravens and see what we're worth. See what we can do with them. Who knows? We might win. Again, who knows? Divisional round, Lamar Jackson versus Bo Nix. Yeah, that's where we are here. Gonna go ahead and let this play out. Let's do the custom play. Next play. Hold on, let's just do this. I'll click through. Not a whole lot of offense for us. Not at all. All right, they're up 14-0. Okay, we're moving. We're moving. We got 3. 3 on the board. There's 21-3. Touchdown? Yes, sir. Okay. Halftime's coming up. We're going to have the ball. If we can get something here. Okay. Look at that. This is a game. 3rd and, wow, 16-21. Oh, there we go. Big time play. Oh, big time play. 70-yard touchdown. Troy Franklin. Thank you very much, sir. Big time. 4th and 5. They're going to punt it. Holy moly. Okay, we punt it. They're down at the 1, though. Heck of a punt by Riley Dixon. 2nd and 8. What just happened? 83-yard run by, what's his name? Derrick Henry. What's his name? Who am I kidding? Okay, moving it. 2nd and 13. 3rd and 7. 4th and 2. Ooh, we gave up 5. That's tough. Oh, interception. P.J. Locke for a touchdown. Hold on. 3rd and 8. 4th and 6. No way. 2nd and 8. 3rd and 5. 1st and 10. 1st and 10. 2nd and 15. 2nd and 15. 3rd and 15. All right, hold on. I'm going to come in here, man. Make one play. Can I make one play? A single play. Dulcich, I want you on a slant. Oh, terrible. Troy Franklin, it's picked. We might that might be better for us. Well, maybe if I can get a tackle. Oh, we got the ball back. Bo Nix. Whoa. That's incredible. That is incredible. Sorry, my wife's texting me. All right, let's get back to it. Bo Nix just forced a fumble to give us a chance in this game. We got to go, though. All right, thank you for dropping that. Saves our timeout. Got to get out of that formation. We were not in a good spot there. See what the slot outs. I'm going to change Dulcich to a corner out. I'm going to change Sutton to a post. They covered that well. All right, 4th and 3. We just got to get the conversion. Flood swap is the best option here. Mims might be the option. No, sir. Couldn't get it off. That's game. All right. Incredible chance. Well, it's not game. We have timeouts. They're 8-point lead. I mean, it's possible. Punch that ball out, Cody Barton. Come on. They took a timeout. That's huge. That is huge. We just saved a timeout. Punch that ball out. Let's go. All right, timeout. Okay, 3rd and 16. We're in a good spot here. Imagine we could block it. All right, they're going to try to pass, which could be good for us because maybe it gives us the chance to, knock it down and then boom. No timeout needed. We have 2 timeouts. They're still running it. Oh, crap. Get that ball out. All right, timeout. All right, they still ran it, so it's 4th and 18. Maybe we can get a block. Who knows? We could do something crazy here. Let's see. They're going to hit that. We're going to have 28 seconds to get all the way down the field and get a 2-point conversion. It's been done before. Tremont Smith, let's go. All right, 29-yard line. Could be better, could be worse. Bo Nix, this is a glory moment right here, bud. Could do something absolutely astounding. Big-time play, Marvin Mims. He's getting out of bounds, too. What a play. We're on their side of the field already. Oh, my gosh. He hit and threw. Tried to force it out, but that's not going to be it. He got hit as he threw, and that's going to be the end of our season there. We're going to let them, let's just go ahead and not quit game. Can't quit game. Got a super sim, but I can't do it now. All right, let it go. Really close one there. I mean, a team we should not be close to beating, and we beat the Chiefs, and now we almost we had a good chance with the Ravens. Good season from us, man. In the season recap, the Niners once again get absolutely just stolen from. Kyle Hamilton wins his Super Bowl MVP. Interesting. Lamar gets NFL MVP. Harbaugh Coach of the Year. Lamar Offensive Player of the Year. Seems a little biased, huh? A little biased. Marvin Harrison gets Rookie of the Year, though. Sounds cool. Anyways, we got some new messages. Russell Wilson retires from Pittsburgh. Touch base about offseason workouts. Who are we talking about? Who do you want to talk to? Let's go with McLaughlin. Those are both, honestly, very crappy ones. The backup running back or the starting left tackle who's 30,000 years old. Good Lord. Can we do something better than that, please? That's annoying. I probably should go with Bowles because at least he's a starter, but I don't know. Let's work on speed, agility, acceleration. I don't need you working on some juke moves. Oh, crap. I don't know. All right, whatever. We'll see. I don't know what he is. I don't pay attention to what their motivations are. Like, they don't make it a purpose until they do. Until they do, they don't make it a purpose. It's really dumb. Hey, everybody. What's going on? Press conference here. Coach, we got to talk about the next few months. Okay. What do we need to talk about then? What's your plan for the upcoming offseason? It's a big question there. It's a very loaded question. Let's win the draft, man. Let's find a good player in the draft. What does that mean? Draft a sleeper. Let's draft a sleeper, man. I want a sleeper in this thing. Let's go. 5th through 7th round. Get a sleeper. That's fine with me. Checking out retirements. See who we have. That's all I really care about. AFC West. Jerick McKinnon retires. He was just a guy we picked up so we didn't have no running back after Javonte Williams got hurt. But, yeah. Oh, yeah, I didn't mention that. Javonte Williams got hurt. He was out for the year. Shattered kneecap. Great. Anyways, he's on IR right now. He'll be back, though, by the next season. I'm hopeful, at least. At this point, mock draft 4, where are we slated to pick? Quinn Ewers goes 1. Travis Hunter goes 5. Broncos pick 26. That sucks. A lot. Whoop-de-doo, man. That's why I didn't want to win that much. Okay, cool. Either way, we'll find what we can. Let's get to re-sign some players. Let's figure out what we can do on that note and try to make the best we can. Let's also check out our staff here. I want to do something. You can fire coaches and make them better. We're going to fire Clyde Holland. We probably should have done that because he was really good, actually. Oh, well, here we are. He was the same type of defense that the other guy was, so we'll go with him. Let's fix this up a good amount because we like that one. No injuries here. Let's go with the offense a little bit. Actually, let's get some of this player personnel stuff. Make some more value in our trades or availabilities, whatever they are. Anyways. That should be good, I think. I think we're in a good spot. We got some player meetings on field in the middle of the offseason. I don't know. Maybe it's Jaleel McLaughlin. Yep. What's your motivation, pal? I don't want to pay income tax. Scheme fit? I don't know. Cool. Great. Whatever. I don't know. Whatever. To negotiate with some final players. We got a lot of money. Cody Barton, he needs to come back. We need him back. He's a good linebacker. Not interested in signing. Whoop-de-doo. All right. We're not franchise tagging him. Garrett Bowles. I'm going to let him 1 year. He's still an 81. We'll get him back. I mean, I don't want to risk somebody being not nearly as good as that even. Zach Wilson at that number is actually really, really good as a backup, but I also don't want to pay that much for a backup even when I can just go, I can get him for nothing on the, if he likes us that much, yeah, he'll be fine. That is way too much for DJ Jones. We are not doing that right there. We need a D-tackle. We need a D-tackle. And then Brian Allen, you're 72. Still a pretty young guy. How about that right there? Not interested in signing. Whoop-de-doo. Need a center. Matt Pert. That's a little bit high for a backup tackle. I'll admit that much. Need a punter. Need a defensive tackle. Need a backup quarterback. Need to get Cody Barton back. Not interested in Levi Wallace. I mean, that's just not good. Unless he has a mentor badge. Nope, he doesn't. Not interested, bud. And John Cooper. It's not that bad of a deal. But I'm not willing to pay that for a 77 overall guy who's going to regress soon. So, yeah, we're where we are. And we're going to have to deal with that. So, honestly, probably going to be worse next year. But that may not be the worst thing. I said 3 to 4 years for this rebuild. 3 to 4 years it'll be. Let's check out free agency. See who's available. Travarius Ward, that's a big-time cornerback. Tyron Smith, Khalil Mack, Justin Simmons. Wow, they're all a bajillion years old. Ryan Kelly, Dimmador Lenore. That one's interesting. But also not, because I'm not paying that much for an old guy. Paulson Adebo, but also don't need a corner really that bad. Let's do this. See, Zach Wilson, we could get him for next to nothing in here. Get him right there. Come be the backup forever, man. We don't have to worry about nothing. Nobody's going to offer him anything. He'll be fine. Okay, here we go. Jordan Mason. A.J. Dillon will be a really good change of pace here. But we have Audric Estime, whatever. I don't know. Receiver. This is something we could look at. Amari Cooper is 31. Keenan Allen 33. Both are likely to be one-year deals. Who is cheaper per year? They're the same price. I think I'd rather Amari Cooper. He's a little bit... I think I'd rather that. I could probably get him for 2 years as well. We're going to come back to that one because that would take away the need to draft one. But we're going to come back to that. Zach Ertz would be a really solid mentor tight end. He's already an upgrade over our second guy, and first guy really too, but whatever. Yeah, good thing I brought back Bowles because there's really not much better than him that's older. So good thing I did that. Left guard's not a big need. Center is, and we're going to figure that one out. The best one is not interested in us. How about, are you interested in money? We'll do that right there. He likes that a lot. And we are the best offer so far. We're going to leave that alone. Not interested in any of that. Not interested in any of that. How actually good is McGlinchey? He's still an 80. He's still an 80. Good deal. Definitely could use some defensive line help. Gonna need a D-tackle. Going to need a D-tackle. See, I'm not paying DJ Jones $12 million. I'll go pay somebody who's a lot younger than that. Something else. I don't care. We're getting a little bit too low here. I'm looking for age. Bobby Brown is a good option. Bobby Brown is the option. We want to get Bobby Brown, a guy who is younger, could be here for a while, see what he's worth, see what he likes, see how good that offer is for him. That's a really good offer for him. We're going to cram that down a little bit. Give him a 4-year deal. Let's go 3.5 on each, or 3.6, whatever. And then we'll see what that's worth. That's fine. I like that right there. I like where it sits. After that, not interested in any of that. Any star devs here? No. Don't really need a middle linebacker, I don't think. Cody Barton does have interest in coming back. I have interest in bringing him back. Let's go with 2 years. See what that's worth to him. We're fine. We're chilling on that. Judon, I'd rather play my young guys, man. Just being honest. Adebo's interesting. I could get him on a pretty solid deal. $8 million a year. He's 26. He's got a star dev. He'd be an upgrade over Riley Moss. Move Riley Moss down to CB3. That's pretty nice. We do need a punter. I'm not worried about a punter right now. Our safeties are not great. Jason Pinnock. Brandon Jones is a free safety. We need a strong safety. I don't think any of these guys are going to move the needle for me, though. PJ Locke, I mean, they're 3 better, but Isaiah Simmons, we're going to wait on him. He probably doesn't have any offers anyways, so yeah, we're going to wait on him. I'm going to go for Paulson Adebo. If we could do that, maybe Riley Moss could play our strong safety. He might translate well to that. We're going to lower that just a little bit, see where we're at with him. See how Paulson Adebo faces that one. Doesn't like it a whole lot. We'll give him, how about that right there? Moving up a little bit. All right, we'll give him what he wants. We're still CB2 on that, or still offer 2. That's my best offer. I'm not going any higher than that, bud. All right, we're number 1 offer. All right, so far we have targeted our 5 guys. Ryan Kelly, we're second on. Crap, I'm going to have to get more than that, and I need a center pretty badly. How are we looking with that? We're still low. Golly. We'll go 6 mil. We got money. We need a center. We're top offer for everybody except Ryan Kelly. So what do we got to do to get you here, man? I don't want 3 years. Not at all. We'll go to 8 and 7. We'll go to 8 and 6. Excuse me. That's a big pay increase. All right. He ain't taking it. We're not taking it either. We got nobody. I should have paid attention. Ryan Kelly did not sign with us. Paulson and Debo did not sign with us. Cody Barton, Bobby Brown, Zach Wilson look good still. All right, so we got to find a center. And there's no good options. This is not good, man. All right, I'll let y'all know what we do. So we made a lot of very, 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 very cheap signings. Brian Anger, our new punter, he was the best punter available. Got him on a good deal. Isaiah Simmons comes in at a super cheap deal. 2 years, basically like $4 million a year. Not bad at all. Zach Ertz, another cheap deal. About, I don't know, $4 million a year as well. And then David Andrews, $2 million a year. Or just for this year, really, just 1 year. Bobby Brown, not so much a cheap deal, but one that we needed a D-tackle. We got a D-tackle. So, Bobby Brown, that's a good one. Kwan Williams, he has the mentor tag. That's pretty much the only reason I got him as a depth piece for that. Zach Wilson, we brought him back for 4 years for like $3 million a year. It's a really solid deal. And then Israel Mukuamu, a depth piece. I think if I'm doing math right, that's like maybe $1.5 million, $2 million a year. He's on. All these are on really good deals. Solid players, you know. Overall wise, Mukuamu and Wilson are both 70, and that's the worst we got. So that's pretty solid. I mean, we're not gonna have drafted players that are, you know, all over that. So that's pretty good. We got some private workouts to conduct. We need to get a few things that are, you know, maybe necessities. So first off, let's see. Anything under 90 doesn't have the full development example or whatever. So I want to get some stuff later on, so we have maybe some good stuff for like round 2 and 3. So I'm gonna go down quite a bit. Maybe look at like what receiver we could use would be nice. Maybe like a Tez Johnson might be nice. Another Oregon guy. We'll look at Tez Johnson maybe. Where is it at? Where is he at? We'll check out Tez Johnson. Tight end wise, is there anybody we really want to look at here? I'm really not about to draft some dude super early, so it'd have to be one of these like middle guys. We'll try Helm from Texas, I think. And then maybe like a later round tackle. Let's see. Hold on, right here. A guard. He's a second, third round guy. Second, third round. Okay, pretty standard. Center. Not really anybody very good here. We got all of them scouted too. Another set of guards, and they're all worse than they're supposed to be, if anything. Yikes. Right tackle. Emory Jones from LSU would be a nice one. We've got some guys here that are drafted or scouted, excuse me. I'm not really interested in much of this. I really don't know if I want to spend too much time on these guys. Linebacker, I guess, maybe. That could be something. Danny Stutzman, he's an off-ball linebacker. That'd be a nice one. Maybe as a, yeah, round 1 to 2 guy. I don't know. Is anybody else who stands out to me here? Ismail Mondon. Jeez, I can't speak. I'm not really seeing anything that I'm really just standing out to, man. Let's see. Hold on. Let's look down here. There's an SAU corner. Nice, nice, nice. Anybody? Who is the guy I'm looking for? Never mind. He's not here. He can't be that far down. Anyways, I don't know. I'm really not sure at this point. Let's go with Danny Stutzman. You know, an off-ball backer, maybe a good second-round player if we needed it. No, I want to go with another receiver because that would give us the option to trade Cortland Sutton, which I think could be pretty good. I think that's probably the better pick here. Let's see. Squirrel White from Tennessee. What's his rating so far? 4.24 speed. We're going to go Squirrel White. We'll do that. Tez Johnson, Squirrel White, and whoever else it was. I don't even remember. Either way, we'll sort by draft, pick, and no. Either way, time for the draft. Time for the NFL draft right here. We're going to pause this. Right now, we are sitting at pick 26. Where would that land us is the question I want to ask you, right? So, approximately, you know, Emeka Egbuka, Malachi Moore, Tyler Booker, Isaiah Bond, JT Tumalau, Jackson Darts here, Tez Johnson. Tez Johnson actually has a pretty decent rating. Tyler Booker must have been. No, that's not who we did. Who was the other guy we just scouted? I don't know. Anywho, Yeah, this is who we got. So Landon Jackson, that sucks for us because he would be a nice one to pick up later. He's not bad, but I mean, we don't want to draft him round 1, 2, and get a round 2, 3 talent. We more so want something of or above, right? At this point, I'm gonna simulate. I'm just gonna go to our pick and see what's available. Ashton Jeanty off the board. Emory Jones off the board. Will Campbell goes 2. Jonah Sabayanea, he's off. Let's see what we got here. So I see a couple guys that we have scouted. Receiver, Tate Ratledge would be decent. I could consider trading down here, trying to get maybe like, I don't know. Is there somebody who have like a pick at the end of this round and the beginning of the next round? That'd be perfect. That's what I'm going to look for here. I'll let you know what I do. We're going to move back about 6 picks and pick up a second rounder as well to give up Josh Reynolds in our first. Yeah, we're just going to do that because I'm not looking to deal with this. So I'm going to skip ahead and draft pick by pick. Tyler Booker goes, okay. Malachi Starks goes, that's fine. We weren't worried about him. Quinshon Judkins, we're not worried about him either. Good pick for Dallas. Tate Ratledge, all right. That was one we were kind of hoping for. Walter Nolan, okay. Jonah Monheim. Now it's our pick again. All right. Shadur's still here. And that is kind of intense, you know. I mean, Shadur Sanders could be a really good player. But also could be just not that great. Tez Johnson's available. We did just trade a receiver. Tez Johnson's got elite speed. Looks to be like a really solid player. Also has that Oregon connection. You know, we got Bobby Brown. We don't need a D tackle, but I would like Tyleik Williams potentially. We could use an edge rusher, a left end, or a outside backer. But right now, not really interested in a lot of them. Honestly, Tez Johnson looks like the pick that makes sense. Scorton's also here. Let's look at Scorton real quick. He looks pretty solid. Does test decently. Finesse moves are good. Injury's not amazing, but, I mean, hey, it's okay. I think we're going to go... We're going to go with the only guy we have available that we know about. Shamar Stewart, not really sure about that one. Tyleik Williams is kind of my holdup here. I mean, Shadur is interesting as well. I can't lie. I can't lie, man. Shadur is interesting. But I'm gonna believe to trust in Bo Nix. And we're gonna go Tez Johnson. Get him another guy to help him out. Another guy from his own, you know, alum, school, whatever you want to call it. And hope for the best on this part. Because, you know, you're a young quarterback. You got to do what you can to help him out. They're giving him some praise right now. I don't know if you can hear that or not. It's probably annoying, but oh well. Tez Johnson, welcome to the team. B-. He was 34 true value. He used 32. Elite top end speed. Contact often results in no catch. Sudden hands make catch look easy. 97 speed. That's huge. Okay, so now we have our next pick in where? We are 58 and 64. We're going to try to move up here. We're definitely going to try to move up here. So let's do this. Go to the trade center. See what they'll offer us for one, maybe two of them. See what we'll get. Right here, D-Hop in a 4th and a 6th. Well, we don't need a receiver anymore. Dax Hill, that's interesting. Mike Hall would be a solid pickup. But we don't like criminals on our team, that's for sure. Junior Colson wouldn't be bad. Oso Digizua. A little older than I'd like for what I'm looking for here. Deontay Banks is interesting. Mason Smith is solid as well. Okay. I'm seeing a lot of good stuff here. Just not stuff that I feel like is really what I'm looking for. It's kind of just off of what I'm wanting. Yeah, we're not really interested in any of those. I'd rather look to trade up in this, get another young guy. What would it look like to get those two, which we'd be moving up pretty substantially on both picks? Can I offer you like next year's 3rd, and does that make us nearly even? How close does that get us? Better than I thought, to be honest. Okay. Let's see what we got. Right guard, no. Not giving that up. What do y'all need? John Franklin Myers. Well, sadly, we don't really have anything to give up in that region. Left outside backer. We can give up Nick Benito. He's really not doing much for us anyways. All right, what about that third next year now? What are we looking at? Mick Benito in the third. We're close. I don't know if I'm moving up to another second. I think I'd rather just see if I can move like that right there. Not too far off. Y'all interested in Kyle Phillips at all? Not really sure why you would be, but hey, I'll check. All right, we're going to check out what another draft pick would do. Not this year. I guess a next third. We'll go 2 years in the future and take that third. We're very close there. I'll try this coming year's third, and hopefully that gets it done. Man, we're getting really, really close. I'm willing to leave that there and maybe go with... No. Let's try this. I know I'm picking through a lot of this, but third the year after and a fifth next year. How about that? All right, I can give up a fourth and they'll do it. We got it. We got our deal done. We got our deal done. A second this year, a third in 2 years, a fourth next year. All for the pick. That is pretty high. We're going to be... Let's just go ahead and user pick this one. Shadur Sanders goes to the Titans. Mason Taylor comes off the board. Deon Walker, Tyleek Williams. And looks like we're going to have our pick of edge rusher here. Carson Beck's still on the board as well. Interesting there. Landon Jackson available. Meh. Clay Webb. So basically it's between, to me, Scorton, Jalen Walker, or Landon Jackson. Let's check out their player cards and see. Tests, okay. Not amazing. Good, great speed, okay. But, you know, marginal agility, decent change of direction. Those look really good. C, finesse moves is worst we got, and we have an A injury on Landon Jackson. Not to mention, Woo Pig. That's always a good sign there. Jalen Walker, let's check him out. So this is a different position. This is a linebacker over a DN, so it's going to be a lot different. He's a lot faster. Better athlete, it looks like. But he's going to be a lot less on a lot of other things. You know, man coverage is better. Finesse moves is not great. He looks pretty decent, though. Injury is worse. So finally, Nick Scorton. That's the last one we're trying to look at here. Seeing if he compares to more so Landon Jackson. I'd say he's probably a little worse than Landon Jackson athletically. And I see a lot more C's around there. So Landon Jackson will be our pick here. We do need the edge rusher pretty badly. And he just fits it more. He's also a big body. 6'7", 280. Really solid body size and player. Modern NFL size for sure. I mean, that's honestly bigger than average. So, you know, we're liking that at least. We'll take that. He's a B-, ranked at 62 true value. 37th in the draft. Former high school power forward. Hand-fighting prowess allows him to shed blocks easily. And high football IQ. He's got a hidden depth trait. We like that. And he's got just overall a lot of good attributes. So we'll take it. I'm not upset with that one at all. We'll move on. We should have another pick in this draft. We do. Or in this round, excuse me. Down to 58. Donovan Edwards comes off the board. Ollie Gordon comes off the board to Chicago. Interesting there. So we've taken a receiver. We've taken an edge rusher. Where are we looking now? Probably to the O-line. Definitely kind of left with some of these round 3 guys, which kind of sucks, but here we are. We could go with the tight end. A tackle wouldn't be bad either. Has Stutzman come off the board? He was an off-ball. Sonny Styles is here. Looks like he has. Okay. Let's check out the O-line. Not a lot of good O-linemen left, that's for sure. So we might need to go ahead and take one while we can. Jaden Roberts here. Looks like a fine athlete, not special though. D to F pass block. C injuries, not amazing, but he's okay. He's okay. D to F pass block, C injury. I'm trying to think of everything else here that might matter. Connor Colby, much better athlete. He looks substantially better. I see a lot better here than I did over there. Connor Colby would be the guy if we take an alignment. But we're honestly reaching if we do that. Is there a tight end available that might be? Tyler Warren out of Penn State. Great speed. Good jumping. He's a really good athlete. Really good athlete. Catching traffic's an A. Short routes a B. Pass block C. Run block C. Trucking's A to C. I'm liking what I see here. His injury is pretty bad, though. It's C to F. Not great there. Let's see. What is the tackles remaining? Anthony Belton. Okay. Solid speed. Decent athlete, looks like. He's definitely better than the line. He would be our lineman if we take a lineman. Anthony Belton so far would definitely be the guy I'm taking if I take a lineman. Yeah. That actually might be the guy we take here. I'll make sure Mitchell Evans from Notre Dame isn't anything. I'm already not impressed with what I've seen. No, sir. Yeah, I think we're going to go with the tackle here. Anthony Belton out of NC State. He looks really solid. We'll go ahead and do that. See what we like from him. He was ranked 50, and we took him at 58. That's really good. Really good run blocker. Uses his leverage. Pretty solid player there. I'm not upset about that one at all either. Anyways, we'll go ahead through this, and I'll let you know what happens at the end of this draft. Let's dive into our draft recap here. So, first off, Tez Johnson. He's 74 overall. Not too bad. Landon Jackson at 73. Anthony Belton at 73. Chaz Chambliss, not a great pick at 68. But then, 270s. Not bad. Not bad. And Miles Frazier is a 68. He is a guy I'm probably going to look to move to at least see what he does at center. You know, he's a 68 guard. How good does he become at center? 66. He got a lot worse. Okay. Well, kind of need you to play center. So we might just say that that's what it is, and we'll call it good. In terms of all the players, let's just go ahead and check this out because I've not played through this. Cam Ward is a 73. Isaiah Bond is 74. Benjamin Morrison is 77 out of Notre Dame. Then, let's see. Mason Grant is 77. Patrick Payton is 73. Jonah Sabaneo. Yeah, okay, whatever. Barrett Carter and Jeremiah Cooper are both 74s. 78, Ashton Jeanty. That's nice. Abdul Carter is 73. Quinshon Judkins is a 79. Heck of a player there. Got Malachi Starks at 76. 75, Evan Stewart. See if there's anybody late rounds as well. And Emeka Egbuka's a 78. That's pretty high for him, I think. Jonah Monheim, 73. 76, Jack Sawyer. 74 for Josh Connerly. And Takario Davis, 73. It's not too bad. 75 for Denzel Burke. No late round guys have been really that good. Tetaroa McMillan, 77. That's a pretty tough name to say there. 78 for James Pierce. 73 for Mason Taylor. 79 for Will Campbell. Excuse me. 79 for Will Johnson. 78 for Travis Hunter. 71 down here for Keontae Scott in the 6th round. Not too bad there. Tyler Booker's a 75. Who was that 74? Brant Keith from Utah. Or Queeth. I don't know how to say his name. Whatever. 74, Quinn Ewers. 77, Travion Henderson. Really solid pickup for the Saints. That's going to be a really good team. Donovan Jackson is 70 as well. JT Tuimoloau, 74. 75, Emory Jones. They got a ton of picks here in Pittsburgh. That's insane. Colston Loveland's a 76. 72, Deontay Lawson. 78, Micah Williams. And 74, Tate Ratledge. And a 76, Noah Singleton. Nice. All right, cool. Those are the main guys of this draft class. They're pretty solid. All right. Yeah, they're pretty solid. So we're going to adjust our roster, and we'll get to the regular season. So this is not something I thought would work, but we traded Zach Allen for both B.J. Ojulari and Matt Judon. We only had 2 total edge rushers, and I needed that. Plus, Landon Jackson for our scheme fits more on the D-line as a true D-end. So I'd rather him play down there and get these guys to help us rush the passer from an outside backer rusher standpoint. So I didn't expect this to work, but it did, so that's where we are. All right, here we are, year 2. Some storylines to take care of first before we get too far into this. Athletic trainer told me you want me to work on some stuff. Let's do injury prevention. We don't need you getting hurt again, Mr. Javonte. He got hurt last year at the very last week for 26 weeks, and he's back at the beginning of this, obviously. But, yeah, either way. Make the playoffs needs to be our plan because, well, if we can make the playoffs last year, surely we can do something this year. Cortland Sutton may be a guy we expend. These are the guys we're focusing on this year. We have some new things. So at the bye week, the preseason bye week, there was a pretty big free agent available, and I nabbed him up. His name is semi-familiar. It's Bobby Wagner. You might know who that is. I felt like he was probably the best available player that we could have gotten that, really could have fit a role we need. So looking at our team now, this is what we're going with. Greg Dulcich is our starting tight end. O-line, it's the same as it was. We brought in David Andrews pretty much. That's the only difference. For some reason, there was no, hidden devs. They were all shown. I don't really know why, but so we know what they have. Wilson's here. Yeah, they're all here. Our receiving room's decent. Cortland Sutton, obviously, he just might be on the move. That's kind of our thing here now. We're not sure about that. But everything else is pretty good. Even Zach Wilson, our backup quarterback's decent, right? Then our secondary, or our defense, excuse me. Bobby Brown, Landon Jackson, he's a star dev. John Franklin Myers, solid D-line. Not too bad, not too good. Edge rushers, we got a veteran in here, Matthew Judon, B.J. Ojulari, Baron Browning, some solid depth as well as Jonah Ellis. Singleton, Sanders, at this point, I want Sanders to be LB2 because he is the same overall as Singleton and younger, so we'll do that. Yeah, pretty good group, I think, so far. Jalen McMillan can play more. Isaiah Simmons, a new safety. Other than that, though, that's kind of what we're rocking with. This is going to be a team that I think is capable. They're definitely capable. Are they amazing? No, but they can do some good stuff. We got some more media interviews here. Let's see what we got. This is probably the one about what do we think our strength or weakness is. Kind of wish there was some variation of this, but whatever. What area are we worried about the most? So, honestly, the defense. We had a defensive coordinator change. Which part of the offense is strongest? We'll go with the running game. They're probably more reliable. Javonte is. We'll go with the O-line. And what does success look like this year? We'll go 1,300 yards, man. I think that's what we're going to go with. Nice. We'll check back later. And, yeah, you promised we'd run for 1,300 yards. We'll see how that goes. I don't know. That might be good. That might be really bad. Either way, we got some upgrades here. And Malcolm Roach, whoop-de-freaking do, man. Who cares? That's probably the most unimpressive thing I could have seen there. Either way, we got to hire and assign some scouts. What do we need this year? That's kind of our new goal here. So, O-line, I don't see that as big of a need as last time. I'm going to get rid of that. I'm going to get rid of this as well. I'm probably going to leave most of this. I don't know. We'll see here. We'll just go ahead and take it all. Honestly, a receiver, that's a big deal still. Receiver tight end could be big. Because, I mean, we're going to get rid of, likely going to get rid of Cortland Sutton this year. Could still use some edge help. I mean, obviously we have a very old Matt Judon, so that's going to be different as well. I'd love to have like an OLB tight end. Something like that. Is that possible? Not seeing so. I don't know, man. We're going to check and see. OTOLB, that might be where we go. I don't know. I don't really know. We're kind of in a weird spot here. Tight end's definitely not good enough for me to be worried about it firsthand. So we're going to go, I don't know. I'll check it. I'm going to make sure I'll tell you in a minute. Here's what we're looking at. The O-line is just going to be the main focus. Main focus is O-line. Get a good O-line. Replace David Andrews. Get a solid guard to match on the side of, whatever. And then we go to wide receiver tight end for both of these. We just want to get some focus on that. We got some O-line, outside linebacker, some focus. And then cornerback, middle linebacker. That's what we're going to look at. So, either way, that's what we're looking at. I guess we can go ahead and get started with this next season. Week 6, we're 4-1. And we got a breakout game for our linebacker. Which linebacker? Hopefully Drew Sanders. But also, that'd be a superstar game. It is not him. It is Nick Benito? No, we don't have him anymore. Baron Browning. I could not think of who this might be. He has to get 3 tackles for loss to upgrade his dev trait. I'm going to assume he's not going to do that. That's kind of a pricey, Yeah, that's kind of pricey. I mean, that's probably not going to happen. So, we won't bet on it. But what can we do here? We'll go with the running backs, get them upgraded a little bit. I'd rather them, I think, at this point. Either way, we will move on. And let's see if we can get this a breakout game. Be a nice one to have, but who knows? Versus the Colts, their line's pretty good, so it'd be hard to do that. The linebacker breakout, we did lose that game. Second loss of the season. Really close game. Lost by just 4. Had success in some areas today. Okay. Does that sound like we're getting there? How much did Baron... Oh, it sounds like we got it. It sounds like we might have. That might be huge because he would get a superstar. He plays a big role every single week. He must have got like 2 of them or something. He got something out of it, but not everything. Whatever. We got a text message from our D coordinator. Might as well see what it is, right? Let's shift our focus to the Chargers. What do we need to learn through film study? Their offense has an advantage against our defense overall. So we'll talk to the defense about it, see what they can think up, think if they can brainstorm good ways to run this team into the ground. Division rival, obviously. Film study this morning, we talked about how their offense can cause problems for us. Okay. We need to get off blocks, I think. I think block shedding is a big deal because, you get down there and you're going to get a lot better options to, just wreck shop a little bit if you can get in the backfield early and often. Other than that, I think that's about all we got this week. We're going to keep going. Landon Jackson's up to a 76. We've got Tez Johnson up to a 77. We're playing well, doing some good stuff. Got a good amount of wins so far up to this point, obviously. Yeah, at this point, we're just seeing how many games we can win, get into the, bye week and seeing maybe a trade. We got some big-time decisions to make right now. So negotiation-wise, we're in a weird spot. We've got Courtland Sutton. Honestly, I think we need to trade him. He's about to be 30 years old. Jaleel McLaughlin, he's a backup, but that's a really nice number. I would be open to having him back if he'd be open to coming. There we go. He's back. He's a good depth piece for a long time. John Franklin Myers, we really can't afford to lose him this year because we don't have anybody to replace him with unless we made a trade for someone else. But I really don't like these numbers. He took a lower deal. Okay, I can't argue with that. Other than that, Garrett Bowles is a guy we're going to wait on. Matt Judon, we're waiting on. Don't care. Singleton, honestly, probably needs to be traded. He's down to middle linebacker 3, so we just might as well trade him. Andrews, we'll wait on him. Quan Williams, probably not going to re-sign him. Bobby Wagner, probably not going to re-sign him. Yeah, I think at this point, it's Courtland Sutton and Alex Singleton probably need to be traded. They're probably not going to get very far for the rest of our season. They're probably not going to be very good, do very much. And we could use some upgrades. So, what can we get for Courtland Sutton? Kieran Amageji. Great. Not interested. A lot of nothing. Cole Holcomb. That's a decent player. I mean, to a point. But he's off contract after this year as well, unless Pittsburgh's extended him. But if they had, excuse me, I'm yawning, I don't think they would really have him on the trade block. Let's see what they're worth together. A lot of the same stuff. Grover Stewart is kind of interesting. Cole Strange is kind of interesting. Let's take a look at these two. Grover Stewart, I want to see his contract and stuff like that. So he is, how many years old? Oof, next year his money goes up. He's 31 already. I don't think so, man. All right, let's go back to the, of course I've got to redo it. Singleton and Courtland Sutton. What was the other offer? It was right after him. Oh, these are not the same offers as a minute ago. Cool. Cool. Juwan Bentley, not really interested, man. Sean Elliott, not really interested in that either. Zion Johnson. That's an offer. Where are you at, bud? What's your player card look like? Not too bad. I mean, $10 million in the last year is pretty high, but it's not that bad. Nothing really a big deal about it. I can't stop yawning. It's getting late. I've been doing this for a while now. Excuse me. We might have to put together our own trade. What do we need? We need an edge rusher. That's for sure. That's what we're going to do. We're going to try to put together our own trade. What I like to do with these scenarios is I like to look at who is bad in the NFL right now. So, Dolphins, Pittsburgh, Chargers. And I would like to try to make a trade to one of these teams who, they're probably in real life, if this was them, they'd be a seller right now because they're not in a good spot for their team. They might as well try to recoup some assets for future drafts. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to look in that route. Could use an O-lineman. Could use a replacement wide receiver for Courtland Sutton if we want to do that, but I don't know about doing all that. Could use some kind of front seven man or maybe a second corner. Front seven or second or third corner. That is what I think I'm going to look for. I'll let you know what I come up with. So we send Courtland Sutton to the Jaguars for a second-round pick and send Alex Singleton to the Bucks for a third-round pick. I'm happy with that. Both in the next upcoming drafts. We'll have some, assets to move up with. We also have a breakout this week. That could be helpful. That could be really helpful. Baron Browning's on a mission to prove he's one of the best in the league. Let's give it another game, but he's looking really good. Sounds good. I've been impressed with his desire and dedication to keep improving his game. Let's see if it holds up. He's got 4,500 more XP, and he gets, another chance to do something. We're going to check, maybe the trade center and see if there's any really cheap extra wide receivers we can find for, or, a linebacker, just things like that we could use to fill the holes that are just left. Probably guys that have a year or two left on their deal. I'm not trying to get anybody who's going to be off contract soon. Maybe even 3 years. Devontae Walker would be awesome. Jacob Cowley would be great. We'll go with one of those guys. Either way, I'll let you know what I get. We're actually going to send our pick we just got from the Jaguars to the Ravens to get Trenton Simpson and Devontae Walker, both guys who are on multi-year deals. fill in those holes that we just lost and, maybe be something that we can develop for the future. Either way, see how many games we can win this season. Baron Browning doesn't seem to have the greatest game, but hey, he's willing to keep improving in other ways. Not the best thing, but we'll see what happens. Either way, we're 7-3, not doing too bad at all. We're definitely in a good path to becoming a really solid football team. Javonte Williams gets another upgrade. He's up to probably about an 87 overall. We're in a good spot. Let's see, statistically, we're top 10 in everything except for pass yards. This year, we're really bad against passing, but we're really good against the run, which is something we were not last year. So, improvements in other places, getting worse in others, but it's all stuff that has to happen. We'll get there eventually. And, we'll see how this continues. Let's try to get to the end of the season, maybe see if anything else happens. It's a good thing we made an effort to draft a decent left tackle because Garrett Bowles just hurt his hand for the next 4 weeks. He's out. Thankfully, we have a solid backup. That's at least what I can say here. Just checking out what it is. I don't remember. He's from NC State. What's his name? Anthony Belton. He's 75 overall. Very, passable. That's a good overall. Nothing worried about that. We're in a bye week. We're 9-4. We're having a good year. We got a lot of money left. We got a lot of guys to re-sign if we want to. But, like I've said before, I'm not worried about Bowles or Judon right now. Andrews, I'm waiting on. Quan Williams, I'm waiting on. Bobby Wagner, I'm waiting on. Will Lutz, it's a kicker. I'm not really that concerned about it. Damari Mathis, not really interested, man. Malcolm Roach, not really interested. What is the breakdown on that? 4-4? No, I don't really think so. You're a 74 overall, and you're not going to get any better. I'm good, man. Just not really interested in paying any money to those guys. They're just not needle movers at all. We're going to have a lot of money coming into free agency. That could be a big help for us, honestly. That could be a big turning point in this. Let's go ahead and go to next week, see if anything major happens. Like I said, we're 9-4. Checking out the division. We're second in the division. Going to be second in the division at least. It's not a doubt there. Either way, we'll get to the end of the year. In the final week of the NFL season, Drew Sanders takes home a weekly award by getting 3 interceptions. What a heck of a year from him. A heck of a game, at least. 44-7 win over the Chargers. Let's go ahead and see what we got, some upgrades and all things like that. Looking at this right now, Troy Franklin's in a star. Landon Jackson's a star. That's the only guys we have. But we might have some good upgrades after this. We do need to see, some stats. I did realize I forgot to look at stats last year. Oh, well. I can tell you Bo Nix did not play well. He only had like 54% completion, had like 25 touchdowns, 20 interceptions. It was very bad. This year, checking out our stats. Bo Nix, 3,900 yards, 32 touchdowns. That's a much better season than he had last year. 5th in offensive yards, 16th in defensive. Really solid rushing. 5th in both yards and touchdowns. 9th in points scored. Marvin Mims was 6th in receiving yards. I also need to look at Cortland Sutton because he was here for a while. Wow. Heck of a year from Bo Nix. 4,000 yards, 32 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, and 68% completion. That's a great year. Bo Nix also added 400 yards on the ground. Really solid there. Javonte Williams, a really good year, 1,250 with 15 touchdowns. Receiving, we had 1,200 yards from Marvin Mims. Almost 1,000 from Troy Franklin with 8 touchdowns. And Tez Johnson got himself 400. Greg Dulcich also got 400. Let's go ahead and check what's his name had. He had a good chunk with us. So Cortland Sutton, 700 yards on the year. He probably had, a solid chunk with us. Not a lot of that. It was about half of the year when we traded him. So let's see. Anybody have a great year blocking? Not really. Nope, nobody stands out. Quinn Miners was fine. That's all I can say. Defensively, let's see what we got here. Drew Sanders had, that was not what I thought it was. Sacks, 14 for Baron Browning. Really solid year. 9 for Matt Judon. 4.5 for John Franklin Myers. 4.5 from Landon Jackson. 3 from Bobby Wagner. And a sack and a half from Drew Sanders. He had 5 picks. 8 for PS2. 5 for Drew Sanders. 3 for Abrams Drain. 2 from Isaiah Simmons. That's a really solid year in terms of all those. We had 1 safety from Baron Browning. And touchdowns, we had 1 from PS2. That's awesome. Great season for them. Extra points, Will Lutz was pretty good. Field goals, he was fine. 72% is not amazing. But I would hope to say that they were all much longer field goals. We'll say that at least. Anyways. In terms of team stats, we were 9th in offensive points, 4th in rush yards, and 3rd in opponent points per game. Not too bad. We've got some things to talk about, and we've got some playoff games to get to. So, hey, Coach, I saw Ryan Clark talking about our season. Back in week 5, we said we'd have 10 or 11 wins. Well, we had 11. So, we did a good job, and that's a good thing, Yeah, that's going to give us some bonuses and a good way to go into the playoffs. We got 4,500 XP for all players, plus 7 staff points that we can get some good upgrades from. Players are going to have some upgrades now. Let's see what we got to work with. Hopefully somebody, Drew Sanders with +2, that's going to be a big one. He might get a breakout game this offseason. He might have a superstar or something like that. That'd be really good. Let's see. He's up to about an 83 overall, or 82. He's still a star dev. Could be better. Could be worse. Let's see. Eli Wilson, our fullback, is going to get a couple things here. Fullback we drafted. He came out as a 70, 71, something like that, so not too bad there. He's getting up to a 73. Pretty solid there. Good blocker now. Much better blocker than he was, into the 70s. We're not going to worry about those. Looking for anybody with those 2s. That's all 1s. That's a lot of 1s, though. That's a good amount of upgrades, that's for sure. Either way, we'll get those 32 players upgraded, move on, and go to the playoffs, man. We got to face the Jets, facing Aaron Rodgers and the Jets. So let's get to it. Wild card round, Bo Nix, Aaron Rodgers. Massive game. Our playoffs are here. Let's go. I don't care about this moment. All right, we did not hold them. Not what I wanted to do there. Super sim. Jump forward. Change possession. Not what I wanted there either. Anyways, 7-7. Going into the second quarter. They're driving. They're going to get 7 more. 14. We're going to match it up, though. Very late at the end of the second quarter. They go up by 7 to start this next half. And we're going to get 3 to match. That's not what we want. Hey, but we're up by 3 now. What are they going to do about it? Big time field goal there. That puts us up by 6. A minute left. Let's play some defense, baby. Let's play some defense. They just can't be in the end zone. That's the only answer here, man. They just can't get in the end zone. Safety. No, sir. That's a touchdown. That's game. Aaron Rodgers. I can't believe it. Fumbles in the end zone. Oh, well. We're up by 12. There's nearly nothing they can do. I'm going to super sim this because, honestly, I don't see any way they get out of this. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Play-by-play, we're good. First play, or first playoff game, we're chilling. Easy pickings. No problems at all. All right, now we got to find some film and do some different study. They're going to be, they're going to have a pretty stout D-line. Myles Garrett, obviously a great player. Zadarius Smith, a good player. They've got some good guys on that team. Team meeting room, you know, the Browns meeting them in the playoffs this week. We need to get after the QB. Our D-line needs to probably work on some finesse moves, we'll say. 5+ finesse moves added to this game. That's going to be a big addition here. Let's get some weekly strategy going. See what we got. Some good upgrades so far this season. This team is, they're putting together a nice season, okay? We've got 11 wins. We got a playoff win. We got a playoff win last year, though. We need 2 playoff wins this year. That's going to be the difference. Here, Marvin Mims, 224 yards and 3 receiving touchdowns. A heck of a game in his, 3rd playoff game of his career? Great season. Let's go. Kez Johnson's going to get an upgrade. And, yeah, now we are moving on to the game. Let's go. Another day, the divisional game. We got, who is that? Cam Ward versus Bo Nix. All right, divisional round football. Big time game here. Obviously, we are the better team. We're in Broncos country. Denver, the 5280, whatever they call it. I don't know, something like that. Anyways, let's get this. Why am I playing this game? Sorry, hold on. I'm into Super Sim. Let's get to where we should be, okay? I just kind of went with what I had and wasn't paying attention mentally. Oh, he missed. All right, we got him down there at the 30. That's fine. We're going to go to our Super Sim per usual now. We'll start off with, you know, going by quarters per how we usually do. They obviously start with the ball first, getting no points. But looks like we get the ball in a turnover-filled drive and somehow end up with 3 points. But they get 7. All right, so at the halftime, we are down by 7. That's not great. But we match it with 7 over. Oh, quickly get 7 more. Go up 14. Okay, 21 points. In the 21 points. That's good. Okay, hold on. 29 seconds left. All we have to do is secure this onside kick, and we win this game. They only have 1 timeout left. We'll have to run some clock. Oh, boy, what was that? That little shaking thing? I've never seen that before. I guess I've never been in this close of a game. Oh, that's... Okay, let's just kneel it out. They're going to call their timeout. And we can run this one right here. QB Neal one more time. I wish I could audible out of this. Why is he starting ahead of the line? That's really confusing. All right, we're going to beat the Cleveland Browns, though, in the divisional round. We're going to go to the, what's it called? AFC Championship game? Goodness, I could not think with my brain whatsoever. We're going to wait till this goes down, and then we're going to do something really stupid. Watch me fumble, and they score a touchdown and get a 2-point conversion. Then we have to go to overtime because I'm stupid. Watch it happen. Didn't. But we got 4 yards. And we're going to wrap this game up. Solid game. Let's check out what happened in this one. Happened a lot of scoring in the second half for us. 2 touchdowns for Bo Nix, 240 yards, basically 68% completion. Very good for him. Cam Ward, solid, respectable game. But Bo did outperform you. Oh, no. Bo thoroughly outperformed you. Not only did he have longer average, he had more per completion percentage, didn't throw picks, more yards. Yeah, he was just better. Javonte Williams had a touchdown, a fumble. Just 2 yards after contact is a little embarrassing, not going to lie. Nick Chubb, we kept him pretty down. Isaiah Bond. Cam Ward, Isaiah Bond. That's a sick combo there. Troy Franklin had a really good game, 6 for 86. Tez Johnson. Wow. Denver with the Oregon boys. 59 yards and a touchdown. Njoku had a touchdown. And Zach Ertz, our third-string tight end, I'm pretty sure, got a touchdown. Looking at defensive stats, 2 tackles for loss for Bobby Brown. Sacks, Baron Browning had 1. JFM had 1. Judon and Wagner split a half. Surtain and Simmons both had picks. That's awesome. Forced fumbles. There's 1 from Ronnie Hickman. No fumble recoveries. We didn't give it up. That's good. And no defensive touchdowns. Either way, pretty good game. Let's go to the AFC Championship game. This one's going to be quite tough. We have the Baltimore Ravens. We got to go to Baltimore. And let's be real. They're probably the better team. So we'll see what we can do here. Hopefully we can force an upset. They start off with a 7-0 score. Gonna lead that into the second quarter, where we score 3, but they match it with 7. We get our own 7. And at the start of the third, they're gonna have the ball and quickly get 7 more. See, we can't keep trading field goals for touchdowns. We're gonna try and see if we can make something happen here. It's 3rd and 16. This is a big play. Troy Franklin, there's no deep safety help on the right side of the field right now. He could be an absolutely lethal player here. Yeah, he is. What a terrible amount of... On a linebacker. No, that's Marlon Humphrey. He wears 44. Wow. 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 What a terrible decision that was. We're going to try to go for 2 here. No, we're not. Because then we'll be down 2 scores. I'm just going to let it go. Let's try to click to the defense. 2nd and 1, 1st and 10. 2nd and 10. 3rd and 3. 1st and 10. 2nd and 8. 3rd and 8. 1st and 10. Well, they scored again. All right. Now, I'm playing throughout the rest of the game if I have to. I was kind of hoping our defense could hold up, but I guess I very wrongly assumed that would happen. Anyways, we will do what we can here. Squirrel White gets a solid return out to 25. Could have been better. Could have been worse. It's okay. Troy Franklin, 131 yards and a touchdown, mainly off of that one big, 70-yard touchdown he just had. Hey, that's fine. We got to score somehow, right? I'm liking Marlon Humphrey on the right side once again, Troy Franklin, but he's getting that secondary coverage really well. Greg Dulcich with a great catch over the middle. He's on the other opposing 40. Let's go and hurry up here. We got to take advantage of this tired defense, I guess. Greg Dulcich was just wide open. I got to throw that out away. Good stuff. Get it away. Stop the clock. 2nd and 10. No loss of yards. We're in a good spot. Let's split this up a little bit. Make them go back both ways. Oh, boy. All right, got the ball out. Big 3rd down here. We need a big play on this one. I need Kyle Hamilton to drop down. That's what I really need. That was not what I meant to do. Greg Dulcich going to drop that one. We're at the 40-yard line. We kind of have to go for this. There's really no option here. I literally, meant to... I did. I don't know if you could hear. I double-tapped so that it wouldn't snap, or it wouldn't fly. It would just, whatever it's called. So it would pump fake. That's the word I'm looking for. And they're going to block that out. We got to play some big-time defense here. They're up 15. Not really any good position to throw that ball in. They had really good coverage on that one, not going to lie. I need you to start wrecking some shop, JFM. Baron Browning, let's go. Good stuff. We could have pick 6 that. We could have, if you were paying attention, but you weren't. It's okay. Anywho, Bobby Wagner could be a really very vital piece of this play right here. And I got stuck. All right, 1st and 10. That's not good. Basically can't allow another first down. Can't allow another first down. I missed. Good miss. 2nd and 9. We're going to let this clock keep going a little bit. We kind of have to. We're probably going to lose this one here. But that's okay. I mean, wish we could win it. But, hey, can't win them all. We've had a good run. Made it to the conference championship. I talk like we're already completely done. Drew Sanders played good TFL. Call timeout there. 3rd and 11. Try to get him to pass it here. That's kind of the goal. Baron Browning's going to get a lot of pressure. Chris Abrams drained. Did he take it away? Perfect timing user pick. It's going the other way. We got the ball back. No punt needed. I'm liking this right here, and I want him on a go route. Mims, if that safety's playing out, he's going to have leverage. But I'm going to go for it anyways. We got a big play needing. Mims had it. He literally had it. Like, all he had to do was just catch it. The defender over pursued. So bad, man. What a Troy Franklin. You caught it and you dropped it. Are you joking? Hold on to the ball, bro. All right, they got off coverage here. There's a good one. There's a good one. Marvin Mims, he's gone. He's gone. We got this one housed. Let's go. Let's go. 26-35. Just, you know what? Make it that, and then I'm going to onside kick it, I think. I don't know. Whatever. They got the ball back. Yeah, we onside kicked it. We have a chance here. There is still a chance. We just have to do everything right. No mistakes can happen here. We have a chance. Get him down. What in the world? Get that ball out. Come on. Gotta call timeout. Gotta call timeout. They're basically going to be able to wind the clock. We have to get the ball out. Let's go. Oh, brother. We have to try to get the ball out. And he's going to score. Derrick Henry's going to score. Okay. Not the way we really wanted this to happen. However, if they were going to keep the ball, this is better than them keeping the ball the whole time because, let's be real, if they keep the ball the whole time, we don't have an opportunity at all. But if they score, yes, we're down 2 scores now. That's not good. But now, if we can score quickly, we do have a chance for another onside kick. In theory, it could be better. It also could be a lot worse. We also could absolutely just, we're done. That's also very highly possible. But let's hope that's not the case. Really good blocking, Mr. Wilson, number 30. Literally just walked right by. I need Troy Franklin. I need you to make a big play. Greg Dulcich with a heck of a catch. We got to go. Bo Nix is throwing them. He's wheeling and dealing. Everything's going crazy. Greg Dulcich, another big catch. We got to go. We got to go. Get on the ball. They're not covering Greg Dulcich whatsoever. We're going to take advantage. Bo Nix tried to drive that one home. And that's going to be game. Bo Nix put up a valiant effort, but that is going to do it for this one. We're just going to let them have it. That's going to be it. Let's check out the stats on that one, man. Bo Nix would have had a lot better completion percentage had I not been throwing the ball a lot in the game. 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. 94 yards from Derrick Henry with a long of 44. We absolutely just let that happen. Marvin Mims, really good game. 2 touchdowns, 140 yards. Just, you know, not quite enough. Another 131 from Troy Franklin. Defensively, 2 sacks from Madubuike, 1 from Odafe Owe. We didn't get a single sack. That's not good, man. Abrams Drain got a pick. Hamilton got a pick. 1 forced fumble from PS2, but it doesn't look like we got a fumble recovery. No blocks, no safeties, no touchdowns. That's the end of our season there. It's the Battle of the Birds for this Super Bowl, and the Ravens take it home. We did get none of the awards. None of them. Not one. That stinks. Anyways, we got to deal with what we got. So, retirement-wise, I don't know that we'll have anybody that's that old. I'm not really thinking of anybody. Oh, we have 3. Oh, we have a lot of, all of them are old. Wagner's gone. Judon's gone. Quan Williams is gone. Bowles is gone. Okay, so in terms of what matters, wow, I'm an idiot. In terms of what matters here, Judon kind of matters. I mean, we've got some young edge rushers we want to play anyways. Bobby Wagner matters because we don't really have... We have Drew Sanders. That's about it. Quan Williams, he was a depth piece. Doesn't matter. Garrett Bowles, kind of not glad, but like we have that guy we just drafted, so we're fine. We got a press conference here at Staff Week. Probably talking about the offseason and what we're going to do. What we're going to make a splash in the free agent, whatever. Get to it. Next few months, yeah. Oh, brother. Same question every time. What's your plan for the upcoming offseason? Probably to get better. We want to upgrade the roster, though. That's for sure. Any specific position or just overall talent? Just get overall talent, man. I really just think we're in a good spot. I want to upgrade the defense. I really want to get somebody in that front seven that's really dominant. Yeah, I think we can do something. I think we're going to make something happen. We need to get a front seven piece that is like just otherworldly, you know? Sign or trade for a defensive starter with an overall rating of at least 85. Okay. Upgrade players here. It's just going to be all the practice squad guys, isn't it? Yeah, Tyron Hopper. Welcome to the team, pal. Love to have you. No, not really. I don't care. Actually, though, I do want to check one thing. I want to see if we have any, like, dev trade upgrades or anything like that. Adjust lineups, what we're looking for here. Okay, Javonte Williams, superstar. Bo Nix, star. Marvin Mims, star. I think those are all normal. I don't think anything's different there. Belton is who I was talking about a minute ago. That Bowles is gone now. Drew Sanders is no superstar. That's awesome. Trenton Simpson. It's been a minute since I was able to record, so I don't remember getting him, but yeah, no, I do. I think. Anyways, we're in a good spot. PS2's awesome, obviously. Riley Moss. We could use really, we're fine in cornerbacks because we have Moss at 81, 83, and then Abrams Drain at 80-ish, and then McMillan. Like, that's really fine. We could be better. Always be better. But we're fine. Landon Jackson at 81. We just need, like, a dominant TJ Watt or something like that. You know, an edge rusher, a legit guy, somebody to be scared of. Or a, really good middle linebacker. Where are we going to end up drafting this year? Let's see. Probably towards the back. We are at, oh, I already passed this. Christian Gray. Okay, Harold Perkins on the board. That could be interesting. That could be really interesting. Caleb Downs, a solid player as well. Elijah Surratt from Indiana. Concepcion from NC State. I've seen him. Okay. These guys are kind of getting out of our range here, but just seeing what's available. Caden Proctor, obviously a really good player. Nico, yeah, okay. We'll look into draft prospects here in a moment, but we got free agency first, and that's where we're going to probably make our bigger splash. We're in a good spot. Oh, let me check out stats before we left. I don't think I checked out stats. Bo Nix, 12th in passing yards. That's a really good... Actually, I do think I went over this. I did go over this, didn't I? Sorry, it's been like 2 days since I was able to record last on this video. It was a long weekend. I was away out of town. So, let's go to re-sign some players and see what we can do. See who's available, see what we got to do. We got some guys to negotiate with. We have a ton of money. Damari Mathis wants to come back, kind of. But I can get him for a lot cheaper than that. And honestly, we may need to find a guy who's actually just better at football than he is. Malcolm Roach, a really solid player, but I'm not paying him $10 million to be very average. Troutman, once again, incredible amount of money to be average. And without much upside as well. This guy wants to be here. He's 28, though. If he's 25, we'd talk. But the age is a big factor there. David Andrews is still actually decent. I'm going to see if he'll take that. If he does, great. If he doesn't, whatever. Okay, David Andrews. We need to find a center, potentially. Bo Limmer really isn't much worse than him. We'd probably start Bo Limmer anyways, but having that mentor badge will help Bo Limmer out. We did pick him up. We got a player meeting on the field. What does this guy want? Who is this? Troy Franklin. It should be more meaningful, whoever's not one motivation. I don't believe that strongly in anything. I want you to care about being a starter, man, because we're already got him in a starter position. And that would probably be better. And now we know Troy Franklin, he cares about being a starter. He cares about being on this team. He cares about being on a winning team for us, right? We're going to free agency. We need to find a big player, a big splash player. Whether it's a signing, let's see who's available. Best available free agents are? Okay. Mark Andrews is incredibly interesting. Chris Olave? We might need to spend some money this year, man. Oweh's actually really solid. There's some stuff to work with here, man. Looking at Oweh, that is an incredibly good deal for us, honestly. Is he amazing? No, but, like, this number is insane. What are we looking at? Where are we at in the position boards with him? We're actually not very high. Let's just give him what he wants and see what that changes. Not quite there. I'm trying, if we're going to get, I mean, we're not, this is not a bad deal. The only problem is he's really not going to get a ton better than what this lists him as. Mark Andrews, is this a guy we want? I mean, honestly, it's a lot better than what we have. I don't want to do that many years. We'll probably do like 2 years because, yeah. Let's see what this gets us. We're not even, wow, not even close. How about jacking up the money because we can, but giving him way less years? Okay, still not a good spot. 3 years, okay, and jacking up the money even more. How are we looking now? All right, we're top offer. DeMarcus Lawrence, he's a mentor. Chris Olave, man. But the only thing I don't like about that is we'd effectively, Troy Franklin is an outside guy, but Mims and Olave are effectively the same dude. I'm not really going to give him a ton because he really doesn't want to be here. We're just going to kind of see how close we can get. We're already top offer. We might as well stick it out and try. We still have a ton of money after that's all done even. Khalil Shakir's available. Jameson Williams is available. He's more of an outside guy. That might be nice. I don't want Tyron Smith. DeMarcus Lawrence. Let's float him an offer. We can potentially move him to right end, which is currently John Franklin Myers. He would be an upgrade, and this is a mentor. Maybe a guy we need to get over the hump, man. We have the best offer available. So right now, looking at our targeted guys, why do we have 5 active negotiations when we're not? Mark Andrews, we are not the top offer anymore. Crap. 3 years. Dude, I'll give you a ton of money to just get over here, bro. 2 years. Let's try to get 2 years. I'd really rather 2 years if we can. We're falling out, man. 3 years, give him that money. I'll still go up really high. We're going to pay this tight end way too much, probably. DeMarcus Lawrence, we're going to win. Chris Olave is a possibility. Odafe Oweh. Who's our 5th guy? Why does it say we have 5 active negotiations when we only have 4? Who else do we send an offer on? Am I crazy? Mike Evans available? That's crazy. A lot of mentors available I'm seeing. Daniil Hunter's another one. He could even be a good option if we lose out on somebody like DeMarcus Lawrence or, you know, whatever. How bad do I... Mark Andrews would be an incredible fit, man. Maybe I'll just give him what he wants and see where that puts us. Puts us at the top of the board. Let's go to our targeted. No, it doesn't. What in the world? DeMarcus Lawrence, Chris Olave, Odafe Oweh. Let's go up a little bit on Mark Andrews because I'm trying to... He would be a very dynamic option, a much different option than what we have currently. Jack up his money. 6.5. It's a lot of money for this guy, man. This could be really backfiring. Mark Andrews is the Bronco. DeMarcus Lawrence and Odafe Oweh are Broncos. Who did we miss out on? Just Olave? Still says we have somebody who is signed that we don't. I don't know who that is, but whatever. Let's see. I don't know, man. See what we got to do. QB. Do we need QB? We do not need a QB. We got Bo Nix, buddy. Running back, we're good. Fullback, we're good. Jameson Williams, a Steeler. That's nice. Wish we could have got him. Mike Evans could be a good addition, though. He's not very expensive. He is a mentor. He'd be our 3rd receiver. If we can get him on a 1 year, see what he likes in that. We're his only offer. If it comes down to it, Tyler Lockett's still available. Tight end, we got Mark Andrews. We're set, buddy. We got a left tackle. We got a rookie, a young guy. Cordero Volson is available. That's interesting. How good? Okay, we got Ben Powers. This guy's a little younger, a little worse, though. Center-wise, here we go. David Andrews, a mentor. Who is our current center? Bo Limmer, he's 72. Let's go back where we were. We're going to give him less of a deal than we had earlier. We're still his best offer. Not really interested in anybody there. Moton is decent, but how much better than McGlinchey to be paying him $20 million? Not much. We'll skip on that one, bud. Marcus Lawrence, we got him. That's sick. Jamin Davis, he's an edge rusher now. What in the world? D-tackle, where are we on D-tackle? Bobby Brown, yeah. Okay, we got to find a depth piece here at least, right? Roy Lopez at this point. $9 million? Goodness. Looks like we're drafting a D tackle, man. Jawan Briggs is 25. He wants $7 million a year. We're going to lower that and see if we can get him because he's young. See what we got here. Jawan Briggs, we're the only offer. Congratulations. Daniil Hunter, he's a Steeler. Anybody else we want? We got one more position open. Could probably use a middle linebacker. Terrell Bernard. I'm a big Terrell Bernard guy. Oh, no, we got Trenton Simpson. I forgot. We got Owe. That's a sick one. Do we need another edge rusher? Baron Browning, BJ Ojolari. Now we got Odafe Owe as well. We're good. Terrell Bernard. No. We're good on linebackers. Corners. Do we have anybody here that's interesting? I don't think so. Could use maybe an older guy just to get, like, you know, one of those kind of vets in the building. But Rasul Douglas, I wish he had a mentor badge. He'd be perfect for the star dev and everything. Mike Hilton could be our slot developer. Yeah, we'll just float him an offer. It's something kind of low because he's already, like, old and he likes us anyways. So looking at that, where is only offer? Only offer. Let's see what we got. None of these guys. Wow. And we're going to lose out on Mike Evans more than likely. And probably Jawan Briggs unless we beef that up. Let's give him this, but then go 4 years. We'll do that. He'll get better. Jawan Briggs, we're still going to lose that. All right, whatever. Let's go to 3 and then leave him at that, right? Okay, that's all we're doing. And then Mike Evans, I'm not going any higher than that. We'll check on another receiver who may be a little bit younger, and I'll let y'all know what happens here in a minute. So at the end of our free agency expenditures, Mark Andrews is a Bronco. DeMarcus Lawrence, a Bronco. Odafe Owe, a Bronco. Will Reichard, oh, new kicker, boom. David Bakhtiari, we're bringing him as a mentor behind our guy. He won't play. Mike Hilton, a Bronco. DeAndre Hopkins. These guys are all here to be veteran leadership, as well as David Andrews. Then Jawan Briggs, Landon Roberts, also a veteran leader. Gonna be, you know, beneficial just to have those guys, but either way, mock draft 5 is here. Let's check out where we are this time. Who they got us. Taking Parker Brailsford. Don't really know much about him. We'll dive into some players here in just a moment. But, yeah, I'm not really sure what we're going to do. Let's look at our team. We'll kind of see what we got. Chris Olave is a Raider. That is ridiculous. Go ahead to next week, and let's just kind of keep moving through this. Nothing needed here. We still have $50 million after all that, dude. Insane. Absolutely redonkulous. We'll go ahead and move one more week. Not worried about it. Got some private workouts here. Let's get these done. Let's figure out who we want to, you know, get a little more juice and info on. Guys that hopefully, you know, we got a top 5 here. Projected to go round 1. Zachariah Branch, another receiver. Ernest Green, a right guard. Top 5 projection. Interesting. Harold Perkins was late. We'll take a look at him. Maybe if I can press the right button, we will. He has a lot of elites, I noticed. We'll check on that. Give me a second. I got to get this all fixed up again. Mr. Perkins, there you are. Checking him out. Let's see who else we want to look at. Look at a D tackle. We probably need to. We don't really need a middle linebacker. Carnell Tate, nah. Could use another D lineman. Peter Woods. He's projected to be top 5. I'm really not interested in somebody like that high. Not trying to get a top 5er because we're just probably not going to get them anyways. Dante Corleone could be a good one. Damani Jackson out of Alabama could be a good one. Just to see what we got. Derek Harmon from Oregon. I'm just really not sure what I want to do here. Mekhi Hughes. Interesting. I think we're just going to go with the D tackle. We'll go with the big guy here. All right, that's who we're going to take. Harold Perkins, DJ Hicks, and Joshua Farmer. See how good they are. Maybe options for us to draft. Maybe not. We'll see. Anyways, let's check out this real quick. See what we maybe even need to focus on drafting. And let's see. We got to set our best lineup. All right, so Bo Limmer's really our starter here. Bakhtiari is playing as our backup. Good deal. Mims Hopkins is wide receiver 4. Javonte Williams, he's playing well. Mark Andrews and Dulcich, nice. Okay, cool. That's good on there. Then defensively, Odafe Owe, Baron Browning, a really solid 1-2 combo. Ojulari is a third rusher, is great. Jawan Briggs, okay. Our interior looks a lot better. Landon Jackson and DeMarcus Lawrence, awesome. JFM is a third guy, sick. We may even be able to, how big is he? Can he play D-tackle? A little bit small for a D-tackle, but we might do it anyways. He probably could be fine. Cornerback-wise, we're fine. Could be better. Could be a lot worse. That's the big thing there. And then special teams, Will Reichard, Brian Anger, whatever. Yeah, D-tackle could be a fix. Corner could use something, I guess. Not so that we're super worried about it, but, you know, I'm just going to stick and pick where we are. Not going to be super worried about where we're at. I don't need to see this video for the 50 millionth time. I wish it was just skippable now. Go to the user pick, please. Let's see. Surratt's off the board. Concepcion off the board. Marvin Jones Jr. Interesting. He's been in the NFL before. Let's check out who we got. Round 1 for Harold Perkins. Cool. Looks like that's the smart pick. But here's the thing. Baron Browning, Owe. Do we need him? Not so much. Parker Brailsford could need a lot more. This guy stinks. I think we're going to go with Perkins. He's probably he's really small. Let's look at him real quick. He's a great athlete. We know that. Elite speed, elite jumping, elite agility, elite acceleration. Solid strength and good change of direction. What's his injury? F. Oof. That is a hit right there, man. Miller Moss, still on the board. Not that we're interested. Parker Brailsford, let's check you out, Mr. Alabama. Physicals, good, great, elite, good, great, whatever. A lot of good there. Injuries to see. Parker Brailsford, welcome to the team. We need a center anyways. 37 the true value. We got him at 29. Not too bad. I'll take it. Probably the most need on the board. Well, let's check out D-tackle now. Miller Moss goes to the Steelers. Interesting. Damani Jackson is a Bear. Nussmeier is a Lion. Okay. Caleb Downs on the board. Interesting. Dylan Fairchild's still available as well. That's an interesting one. Giovanni El Hadi. Who did I just say was still on the board? I don't even know. Let's check out our D-tackle position. That's what we were trying to look for. Our guys are gone. So we'd have to be picking on Aaron Graves. He was available to look at. We didn't, though. He has great speed at his size, great agility. He's kind of a shifty dude. B power moves, A awareness, B play rec, B tackle, C block shed. He's really solid. Now, Aaron Graves, he might be the option. Or, should have gone the other way. Who is available? Caleb Downs. Aaron Graves or Caleb Downs. We probably could use Graves better. Great, solid, great, elite. That's pretty good. Injuries a C, tackles an A. We probably need Graves more. Caleb Downs is a lot more of a high pedigree player. He could take over our spot behind Isaiah Simmons after a while, or Brandon Jones even. I like Caleb Downs though, man. I can't lie to you. Maybe we can trade down and try to get a pick for both. Where are we at? How many picks? We just have one this round? Can we trade? Does anybody have two right here? I don't see any. I'm thinking we just go and try to trade up to like Washington, Buffalo, one of those two, and see what we can do here. Let's go check out Washington. Not that. We got 2 thirds. Let's give up both of our thirds and see if we can do something. Washington and Buffalo. Do either of them need a D-tackle or a safety? No. Washington first because they have the closer pick. How close are we with just one? Not really close. I doubt 2's even going to take us there. Not really. Let's see. A third as well. Another third 2 years from now. We're not getting too far away. Any positions that we can just give up? Caleb Johnson, here you go. They like him. All right, cool. We got a second round pick. We're going to get both of them. I like both of them. We're going to just do something maybe a little unrealistic, but we're going to take them both. Caleb Downs, welcome to the team. Maybe a reason he's here, maybe a reason not. Number 4 in true value. Hidden Dev, 91 speed. Caleb Downs, thank you for letting me do that. We just got the 4th best player in the class. What are we doing? What are we doing, team? Teams? What are y'all waiting on? We got a great player. And Aaron Graves, he's coming to the team as well. See how good he is. 91st. Oof, not as good. Not as good. Hey, you win some, you lose some. That's the definition there. I'm fine with it, man. We lost both of our thirds, but we got a great player. The fourth best player in the whole draft, man. You can't lose in that case, in my opinion. We just won. We won the whole draft because of that, man. I don't know. I should have checked if our first round pick had a dev trait. I didn't even remember to think about it. Caden Jenkins. He's got C-Man. Decent speed. Not really very interested there. Toriano Pride Jr. He's awful. He's terrible. Holy moly. F-man coverage. Colin Wright. D-man coverage. Zone coverage has got to be just a C. He's not very good either. Okay, not a lot we're looking at here that's very good. Guys, we've got scouted. We've got a day 3 guy here. Jeremy Bernard. We know Jeremy Bernard. He's a day 3 guy. That's not really... He's fast. You can't really... He has a D injury, though. I'd really rather take a corner if we could. We already have a center. A guard. He's a UDFA. Upton Stout out of Western Kentucky. Let's see what we got here. He's 24 years old, but he's got really good speed. Good injury. Let's go. Upton Stout, welcome to the team, pal. He's terrible. He's actually horrible. I just took a terrible player. We're going to let the CPU finish after that one, man. I'm sorry. I need to be arrested for that one. Pretty good draft class here. We have a starting center, a soon-to-be starting safety, because I don't know why he was at the second pick of the 14th round. He's actually better than I thought. 71. Did Parker Brailsford have a dev trait? He does. Awesome. That's even better. But also, Aaron Graves at 71. He's going to be fine, man. Upton Stout was horrible. Roman Hemby, I didn't draft him, thank the Lord, because, well, he's awful too. Both of them are getting cut. We're going to go over our roster, make sure everybody's in the right spots, and we'll get to the next year. All right, another day. Once again, it's taken me a while to get this one done, but we've got a very much updated lineup, so let's go ahead and check it out. So first off, Bo Nix, obviously, he's still here. He's the guy from now. Javonte Williams doing a good job. We pick up Mark Andrews in the offseason. That's a big addition. Troy Franklin, there's a number 1 wide receiver. He's got some upgrades. Our O-line is quite a bit different. We're actually going to start Parker Brailsford. David Andrews is here to be a mentor. You know, we've got a solid group, I think. Bakhtiari as a backup is awesome. I mean, that's really, really good. And he's also a mentor, so he can help, you know, Anthony Belton and whoever else that's here. You know, we're going to have to probably replace McGlinchey sooner rather than later, whatever that looks like. Receiver room, Mims is a good wide receiver 2. Tez Johnson is a wide receiver 3. DeAndre Hopkins, a wide receiver 4. He's a mentor as well, trying to just help that development. That's our big key right now. Caleb Downs, our second-round pick, is already better than our former starter, Isaiah Simmons, so he's starting over here. Brandon Jones still here. Odafe Owe, Baron Browning. Then a solid middle linebacker duo of Sanders and Simpson. We've got DeMarcus Lawrence now. We've got Landon Jackson up here starting. You know, we're in a good spot, I think. We are, I think, really in a very good spot. I mean, John Franklin Myers, we're going to move him up to our second D tackle. He's going to be good there. Our cornerback room could be better, but it's not bad. So what do we need? Let's say we don't win this year, what do we need to draft? I think we need maybe a true edge rusher. We got Owe now, but, like, Baron Browning is replaceable. You know, DeMarcus Lawrence is old, so maybe still now a defensive lineman, a D tackle, an end. A corner, maybe. All those things could be possible. We could use definitely some O-line help because, I mean, like, McGlinchey, Powers, they're both older. A guard, a tackle, both. Andrews is obviously older. Dulcich can be behind him, though. We're not really worried about that position. You know, Javonte Williams, that's good. Bo Nix is good. I think O-line, D-line, maybe an edge rusher, maybe a corner. That's kind of our focus. That's what we're going to focus on in the draft. And that's kind of what we're going to look for the rest of the season in terms of, you know, trades that pop up or anything like that. So I'll let you know what happens. We've got some other big things to take care of here. We have a starting wide receiver message board or whatever this is. He told me the athletic trainer wants to work on something. Let's do injury prevention. We definitely don't want Troy Franklin getting hurt. He's an 87 overall now. That's a really solid number. You know, something we definitely got to keep out for. We got some trade offers here. BJ Ojulari. He's a backup at this point, so, you know, if something is right here, we may go for it. Yeturgos Matos could be, that's decent, actually. If he was a little younger, I'd probably say do that because, you know, we don't have DeMarcus Lawrence for too long, but whatever. Marshawn Lloyd, that's a decent offer. Grady Jarrett, okay. Luke Lachey, I don't know. Sky Moore, Jermaine Pratt, Cole Kmet. That is very interesting. I want to know Cole Kmet's contract and stuff because he's not much worse than Mark Andrews. Mark Andrews is a 90. I passed him. Mark Andrews is a 90. Cole Kmet is an 86. If he's on contract and he's a lot cheaper, and then we trade Mark Andrews, he's going to be about, okay, he's about $11 million a year. What are we? Who are we? I don't even know right now. The Broncos. Yeah, that team. Mark Andrews is probably like at $20 million a year, if not more. Stats and contract. Where am I looking? There we go. 20 plus million. Maybe we'll wait on that and see what we feel on it because, like, that could be really good. But, like, I don't know. What is Mark Andrews worth? That's the next question. Because Cole Kmet, obviously, he's a downgrade at the position, but not much. I just want to know what Mark Andrews is worth on them. Oh, he's actually a lot worse. DJ Moore? T. Higgins? We could go out. Walter Nolan, a star dev. He's got a lot of value. Vita Vea? We could trade a backup edge rusher for a starting tight end and get a stud player, Trey Smith, and a second rounder. I mean, JT. Go get JT and then trade Javonte. Jalen Waddle, a 27-year-old wide receiver. Dude, what in the world? We might have Brian Thomas, even younger, and a second? Holy moly. That Brian Thomas deal actually might be the one I take. We've got some decisions to make, man. Kool-Aid in a second, a higher second as well. George Pickens. Okay, let's see what Javonte Williams. Right, there's a lot of weird trades here. I gotta check and make sure we're not like on like some kind of like messed up. What in the world? This is ridiculous. Aleem McNeil will be a really solid pickup, honestly, for us. We could do a lot of swapping here. So I gotta make sure that like a couple settings aren't messed up or something because this just doesn't feel right. I try to make sure that y'all know that I'm not just like cheating through this. Like the trades or whatever should be like normal difficulty. Trade type, trade difficulty, normal. It's normal. They just got offers. So I think what we're gonna do, I think we're gonna go ahead and BJ Ojulari, he's a backup. And this Cole Kmet deal is kind of too good to pass up. I don't want somebody to get hurt. I think we're gonna go ahead and accept this. And now we have the ability to, okay, now Mark Andrews. We don't really need him anymore. He's worth a lot of money, but we could get off of a lot of money. So what are we going to get? Are we going to get Brian Thomas or Jonathan Taylor or what? And then if we trade for Jonathan Taylor, do we need to go and trade, what's his name? You know, I can't think right now. Walter Nolan is a really good pick. I mean, we don't have a great D tackle, so that would kind of fill a hole there, plus a second rounder. Vita Vea, he's a little older. Trey Smith is a big time. That O-line pickup would be huge. That Ben Powers would immediately stop starting, and we'd have two of the best guards in the league in Miners and Trey Smith. Jonathan Taylor, Trayvon Diggs. Okay, right now I'm thinking Brian Thomas offer is big interesting. I mean, I have to be a lot of interest in that. Brian Thomas's offer. Garrett Wilson's already got a lot of money on him. Brian Thomas will be a huge downgrade in terms of cost, which is a good thing. I mean, and he's got 2 years at next to no money, plus a second, and that's their offer to me? Okay, let's see. What is the value of Jonathan Taylor? He's got 1 year left on his deal, okay? I got to see what else was offered. DJ Moore's too old. T. Higgins is not good enough and a little older. Walter Nolan is interesting. I want to know what the contract is on him. He's going to have 3 years left. 3 years at that money, man. That's interesting. We'll keep that one in mind. Not really interested in Jermaine Johnson, even though there's a first on that too. He's up to $20 million though. Trey Smith, I want to know his contract value. He's already been extended by the Chiefs in real life, so he's going to be a little bit higher. He's got $20 million for 2 years, but that's a really, really, really good player. And at a position that we kind of do need. This is a lot going on, man. Now, if we trade Mark Andrews, well, no, we're fine, though. So, Trey Smith, Brian Thomas's deal is crazy, though, man. He's an 86 with Superstar Dev and a second. Or we can get Waddle on a 5th, but he's also 4 years younger and almost as good. Landon Dickerson with a 1st is actually kind of a good deal as well. But I think Brian Thomas's deal is the one we're going to take here. I think it has to be that. I mean, Josh Jacobs is 28. What is his contract? Only $14 million is actually pretty good for that good of a running back. Okay, what are we looking at with Javonte? That's my next question. Javonte Williams, he's on a 3-year deal. He's 26. It's about double. Okay. I think the Brian Thomas deal is just too good to pass up, honestly. I'm thinking Brian Thomas is too good to pass up, plus a 2nd, 4th, 6th, and 7th. Can we go in here and take off the 6th, the 4th, and the 7th, and maybe like double up on 3rds? Brian Thomas, welcome to the Denver Broncos. That was too much of an easy, brainless deal to pass up on. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Sorry. If you don't like that, sorry. But, I mean, look at the options we have. It's just a no-brainer. Brian Thomas, I think he's going to be our wide receiver 1 now. I know he's technically a worse overall, but I don't care. He's got more upside, in my opinion. Mims is our 3 now. I mean, we got a 3-headed monster receiver. The only problem is, well, they're all really young, so we're going to have to pay them all. But we'll worry about that when we get there, right? Cole Kmet, he's now our tight end 1. I think overall we just massively upgraded. Now, let's check our edge rusher rooms. We still have Jonah Ellis as our 3rd guy. We're sitting pretty. And Tyron Hopper is still fine. Like, we're in a good position. We are in a very good position. Let's check out Denver Broncos legend, Mark Andrews. Massive legend here, man. Yeah, also the dev trait. That gives him the step up. But, yeah, we're in a good spot, man. We're in a really, really, really good spot. We just improved our receiver room by a lot. We got a good tight end who's younger. Yeah, I'm happy with that a lot. I really am. And then we're still in a good spot with our defense. Like, we really didn't lose anything. Yeah, we're sitting very, very pretty right now. Very, very pretty right now. Either way, now we'll start getting on with this season. Now we can trade a backup running back for a guy who would literally start for us at D-tackle. Like, he's literally better than Bobby Brown. Like, what's the question here? Now, let's look at our running back room. We might need to sign a running back, okay? Yeah, I get that much. But, also, we just traded for the best defensive tackle on our roster. Like, no-brainer. Just made a huge trade to get 3 overalls better, younger, dev traded, and it's just offered to me. Thrown in my lap. What do you want me to do, man? We do need to sign a running back, though. Let's see who's available. Cam Akers, okay. Is there anybody with, like, a tag? I'd really like that. Alvin Kamara sitting out here. Tank Bigsby, a young guy. We might go with the young guy, man. Definitely go with the young guy, actually. We'll go ahead and sign Bigsby. I like that a lot. And then we'll have to cut somebody, but it'll be irrelevant. So not only was Caleb Downs a falling 2nd-round pick that we got 4th best player in the draft, he's also a superstar dev. So we're just eating up on great picks from this draft. That's just building. The gift that keeps on giving is Caleb Downs, apparently. Our start of our season has gone okay. We're 2-1. Really, I mean, you know, you can only be 3-0. We're as good as we can be without being 3-0. Had a bad week 1. But, hey, that's pretty big. Getting some upgrades for a guy like Parker Brailsford, finally up to a 75. That's big. You know, the help there, just getting a young guy developed. He's star dev. Good to know. And then Landon Jackson, going to have an upgrade as well. We'll let him just take care of that one. But we're in a decent spot. Week 3, as I said, you know, we got some negotiations. We'll go ahead and look into those. We got $59 million. We got some guys to pay, though. We got some guys to pay. A lot of guys to pay. Now, granted, the old guys, we're not really interested in doing anything with them right now. But, like, Drew Sanders has to come back. He's only at – those numbers are great. Let's get 6 years on there. Great, he's back. Drew Sanders, easy enough. Marvin Mims, that's a pretty fair number. I'm going to try to lower it just a hair and go up a year and see how he likes that. Cool, Marvin Mims is back. Trenton Simpson, I like those numbers, and he's going to be pretty easy to work with. So let's go 4 years, get our combo of middle linebackers set for some time. There we go. Brandon Jones is 28. I'm not sure about that one. We're going to see if we can let Riley Moss. Okay, he wants a little bit more. We'll see. Tank Bigsby, we're not worried about him, just to be quite honest. Isaiah Simmons could be a trade piece here soon. Brandon Jones, if he'll take 4 and 4, he just wants a little bit more. We may be in a spot where we can do that. We may be. All these Bakhtiari, Hopkins, even DeMarcus Lawrence, I'm not worried about them right now. We don't have to be. We got to accept these 2 options. That's going to be a big deal. So, right now, we're in a good spot. 2-1. We just got to keep winning some games. All right, the gift that keeps on giving. Caleb Downs is hurt. Great. Knee cartilage tear. Only 5 weeks, though. Great. We have Isaiah Simmons. Maybe he won't be a trade piece this year. I just said that. But we have a DB breakout from somebody else. Be like Riley Moss, please. And then Abrams Drain. Okay. 4 tackles, 1 tackle for loss. I like that. He's a nickelback, so that should be semi-easy for him to get. You know, he's going to be more involved in the middle of the field, so that's helpful. We do need to try to get some of these guys locked in on some contracts here. Brandon Jones. Can we go up to 4-2? Great. Brandon Jones is back. We're keeping everybody on board. Riley Moss, 3-1. We got him too. We got our core is back. Our main core is back. Ben Powers is going to be expendable. Bigsby, I'm not concerned about right now. He's a 1-year pickup that we just got for, backup purposes. We got a press conference here, though. We're 2-2. We lost last week. That's not great. We're just 1 week later, and we've already got some big deal. Coach, we're 5 weeks into this season. Do you feel like you have a solid idea of how good your team is this season? I think so. I think we're going to be good. Sure. I mean, we're in a good spot. If you had to look in the future, how many wins do you think this team can finish with? We're 2-2. I'm going to go 10-11. I think that's pretty fair. Not very optimistic. I mean, that's playoffs. We're 2-2. Like, there's realistic parts of this as well. Either way. We got to develop some guys. Looking at this, everybody is in the right spot. Brailsford and Belton are kind of the big deal right here. Wanting to make sure we keep on them. The O-line development. That's always a big deal. O-line development is a massive deal. So, we'll check through those, and we'll keep moving. Here is our DB breakout. Let's see what happened here. Oftentimes on defense, it's not about individual stats or goals. It's more about playing together as a team to do things well. I don't know where this is going at all. I hear you, Coach. I did want to do more. I'm guessing he didn't get it, but I do need to keep the bigger picture in mind. Okay, he didn't get it. He got 2,500 XP. That's pretty solid, but hey, whatever. Did we get the win? We did. That's a big deal. We were playing another bad team this week, so that's going to be a big help. It's always good to be able to get a win and then play another bad team because, well, you're already on a roll. Just keep that roll going. And we'll keep moving. Just about the mid-season mark, we have a running back breakout. This is likely Javonte Williams, and that's big because I think the next step for him is X Factor. You've been playing really, really well recently, Mr. Keep it up and you have a chance to be great. Mr. Just performing week by week, it'll happen. Mr. Audric Esteem. Okay. He's not getting that. Is Javonte hurt? Like, I know Caleb Downs is hurt, but nobody else should be. No, he's not. I don't know what the deal is with that. Whatever. Okay, whatever. National focus. We got to figure that out real quick. What do we want to do? I think offensive tackle. Is that what we're allowing out? Yeah, looks like it. That's our focus anyway. So get the offensive tackles. Get them scouted up well so we can make sure we take on some of the better players in the league. We got to have that replacement for McGlinchey sooner rather than later. So, yeah, in terms of negotiations, does Isaiah Simmons, what are we looking at with him? He doesn't really want to be here. 2 years. Bigger offer to overcome not wanting to be here. Yeah, you're not getting that. Not interested, not interested, not interested, not interested, not interested, not interested. All right, yeah, I'm pretty sure we're done with negotiations for the rest of the year. Really, I think this could be the year we win. We are not on any of the statistics anywhere, but let's check out where we're at halfway through the season or so. halfway through the league in yardage, 7th in touchdowns, though. We're 10th in offensive yards, 18th in defensive yards, 7th in rushing yards, 3rd in rushing touchdowns for Javonte, 5th in points scored. That's a good one. 19th in receiving. Whoa, 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 whoa. Why is Marvin Mims still leading our passing? Or receiving, excuse me. Brian Thomas, where you at, homie? Need to do better. Need to do better, Brian Thomas. We got to have you doing better. Either way, I think we're good to go. I think we're winning games. We're fine. Let's get to the bye week, and we'll see if any trades maybe pique our interest. So, week 11, we're 6-3, doing pretty good. HB Breakout Part 2. This is going to be for Audric Esteem. He's ready to take the next step. He didn't get it last time, so this is the double back and see if he can do something different this time. I doubt he does it. I don't. He probably had 2 touchdowns the game before because of some, goal line stuff, and now they think he's going to be the next, Barry Sanders. Like, no. But Trenton Simpson, that's something else. 6 tackles and a pick is crazy. Can we do like a tackles for loss? Yeah, okay. We'll go 6 tackles and a TFL. Dude, imagine having 2 superstar linebackers that we have under contract for, I think, either 3 or 4 more years each. That'd be sick. We would be, rolling. Yeah, so we're going to see if he gets that. Let's just go ahead and simulate through that immediately just to see if anything does happen here. We got the win. That's big. Now, do we get the breakout? That's the big question. Coach's office, here we go. Set a different goal for you than in that game. But as a defense, you guys played well together and did some good things. I didn't have the game I wanted, but whatever. He got a bunch of XP. That's good. Better than nothing, but I wish he did get the breakout. Would have been a lot of fun. We got an injury. Please don't be Caleb Downs again. Marvin Mims. Okay, at least it's somebody we have, depth to recover over. That'll kind of allow Brian Thomas and Tez Johnson and all the others to kind of just be themselves and continue. Honestly, that's really going to be not a good thing. You never want anybody to get hurt, especially an 85 overall receiver. But, looking at the depth chart, who will move up on that? Let's see. We need to check the slot receiver, too. Brian Thomas, Troy Franklin, Tez Johnson, DeAndre Hopkins, Squirrel White, Devontae Walker. And then who is our slot receiver at the moment? Okay, we'll leave them out. I'm trying to think of this. Whatever. It's fine where it is. Oh, well. Yeah, we'll just wait out and hopefully win more games. Here in the playoffs, we went 11-6. Let's go ahead and check our stats out on the season. Bo Nix went for 3,800 yards, 26-9, 72% completion. Not too bad. 1,200 yards for Javonte Williams. Another 300 yards for Bo Nix. Then 14 touchdowns for Javonte is really, really good. Yeah, I like that a lot. Brian Thomas finishes the season as our top receiver with 940 yards, 3 touchdowns. Marvin Mims had 8 touchdowns. Cole Kmet with 6. A lot of distribution, a lot of spread the ball around is what we got. Only 1 sack from Quinn Miners. That's pretty good. Defensively, 10.5 sacks from Lawrence, 6 from Newton, 5 from Owe, 4.5 from Simpson, 4 from Landon Jackson, 3 from Baron Browning, 2 from John Ellis, 1 from Drew Sanders. But picks-wise, 4 for Trenton Simpson and 3 for Drew Sanders. That's middle linebackers leading us in interceptions is sick, man. Abram Train got 3. Brandon Jones and Surtain got 2. Caleb Downs, Isaiah Simmons, Riley Moss, and Mike Hilton all got 1 for themselves. We didn't have any safeties, but 2 defensive touchdowns, 1 from Simpson and 1 from Pat Surtain. And, yeah, that's going to do it for our season. In terms of, like, the league-wide rankings of our offense, our defense, things like that, we ended up 8th and 7th in rushing yards, opponent points per game, and opponent rushing yards. Opponent passing yards, we were middle of the pack. Pass yards and offensive points per game, we're middle of the pack. We're fine. I think we could have a good year. We're playing the Titans. They're 11-6. We have to go to their house, but we could win. I think this is possible. Let's see what we can do. We are an 89 overall to their 82 overall. They have, is that Shadur Sanders is their quarterback? All right, well, here we go. We got a big game here. Shadur Sanders, it is Shadur Sanders. Let's go. There's first drive. They put up 7. Can we match them? 7 of our own? We do. Second quarter is going to start. They have the ball. They get another 6. They didn't capitalize on the 7. We get the extra point, though, and that's a big thing because, okay, they get 3 more to go into halftime. But we're fine. We're fine. We get the ball to start, put up 7 more. We're touchdowns. Okay, there's our field goal. We're up by 8 starting the 4th. That's good, though. Looks like we're going to get the ball. Can we just kind of manage this game out? 3rd and 3, 4th and 3. We're going to have to punt it. They're down at the 8, though. That's really big. 4th and 6, they punt again. Now we can run the clock out, can't we? 2nd and 6. 41-yard rushing touchdown by Javonte Williams. We just iced this one away, didn't we? They're not going to be able to do anything. We win the game. Let's go. Easy enough. 31-16. Didn't really have a whole lot of competition here. Bo Nix played well. Shadur played well. They were almost identical statistically. Let's go ahead and check those out. Shadur Sanders, 20 of 29. Bo Nix, 17 of 25. Bo, 68% completion. Both 1 touchdown, no interceptions. About same yardage, 1 yard off. Rushing-wise, Javonte, carry, 115, 6 yards per pop, 3 touchdowns. What a game from him. Brian Thomas, 5 for 50. Devin Duvernay had a receiving touchdown. Javonte Williams scored all 4 touchdowns. Javonte, what a day. What an incredible day he had. Sacks, Trent Simpson gets 1. Michael Williams, DeMarcus Lawrence, Jonah Ellis, and a half goes for Jones and Landry. Then, let's see, any turnovers? No. Forced fumbles? Yes, Patrick Surtain. Fumble recoveries? 2 for Pat Surtain. Awesome. No safeties, no touchdowns. It was the Javonte Williams game. He carried us through this one. Thank you, Javonte. Maybe even a breakout coming next week for that. 4 touchdowns? Pretty much worth it. Got to go on the road in the divisional round as well to Pittsburgh, PA. The 14-3 Pittsburgh Steelers, led by who? Justin Fields. My arch nemesis, actually. Okay. So, they're really good. We're going to skip this moment. We're going to go, as we normally do, to the next quarter. Looks like it's a defensive stalemate so far. Starting the second quarter, it is 0-0. They're going to score, though. They get 3 of their own. Turnovers happen. We score a touchdown. That's what we like to see. We're going to start the ball with the second half as well. We got to get something going here. Come on. Move the ball. We went very much backwards. Very much backwards. It's our ball again. It is just back and forth of a lot of nothing. 1st and 10 for them. 2nd and 4. 3rd and 2. 1st and 10. They're going to score here probably. 4th and 10. They only get 3. It's time for some ball control football. 7-6 up here in Pittsburgh. Classic Pittsburgh Steelers football. That's what it is. And we've got to run this game out. 1st down. 2 minutes left. Patrick Queen's going to stop us very quickly. They have held our running game to not much. We only have 9 rush attempts so far. But, I mean, just not a lot in general. Terrible blocking. Our fullback just went right out of the way. We're going to let this get to the 2-minute. I probably should have let the first play get to the 2-minute. Misguided decision by me. That's what it was. We have to convert here. We have to convert here. Probably Cole Kmet. Troy Franklin gets very close. Do we go for this? I think we're going to go for this. I'm going to at least line up and look at it. I think this is worth it. They're very spread. We have 5 down linemen versus 4. We're going for it. That's huge. We got it. Javonte, going to take it past the 50. That is a massive play. Javonte Williams may have just won this game for us. We lined up in the right way. We're going to run right at TJ Watt. They would never expect that, would they? 6-yard gain. That's more than likely game. We just have to make sure we don't turn the ball over. I like this alignment. If we can have everybody go out that way, 76 to who should be Alex Highsmith. Yes, sir. Minka Fitzpatrick ain't phased by a juke. That's game. We're going to be able to run up this very quickly. That should be all but game. Why am I passing the ball here? Brian Thomas collects it. Only 118 yards from Bo Nix. Not a great game so far. Let's just kneel this. We don't have to do anything else. It's a 2nd down. Let's get under the 40-second mark, and we will be home free on this one. Big-time game for us here in Pittsburgh. Under the 40-second mark, that's going to be a whole play clock. We're rolling. That's all we had to do. With 19 seconds left, we're going to be able to take one more play. I'm going to be a little stupid here, but, I mean, the likelihood they score on this last play is wild. Now, just because I said that, it's going to happen. But, anyways, let's go ahead and run this one. See if we can get a few yards to pad our stats. No first down, but 2 extra yards for what it's worth. That's the game. Divisional round. We make it through with just a 7-6 score. Let's see the player stats, see how this one really lined out. Yeah, unsustainable football with Justin Fields. No touchdowns. That's exactly what it is. Javonte Williams, 59 yards. Najee Harris had a really good game. Justin Fields didn't even run. Yeah. See, Steelers fans, that's what we're saving ourselves from. Jameson Williams, a Pittsburgh Steeler. Cole Kmet got our touchdown, 2 for 24. Brian Thomas, 4 for 46. Solid there. Picks by Caleb Downs and Joey Porter. Sacks, 3 for DeMarcus Lawrence, 2 for Alex Highsmith, 1 for TJ Watt, 1 for Johnny Newton. Tackles for loss. Drew Sanders and DeMarcus Lawrence pick one up. Forced fumbles, none. Blocks. We have a block. A field goal block or punt block. Jerzon Newton. That's awesome. That's awesome. Good deal. AFC Championship time. 3 straight road playoff games. Bo Nix versus... Well, they did this again. They usually have the one where it's the quarterbacks. But, hey, Patrick Mahomes. There we go. Division rival, Kansas City. The AFC runs through Kansas City. They've already got up by 7, and we're going to have to do something good here. We got 7 of our own. That's how we like to see it, man. We're going to score again. We got 3 more. We're up 3. Hey, we have the ball back. What's happening? I don't know. We're up by 10. All right, make that 3. Start of the third, rolling through the third. We're going to score again. We're up by 10. Holy moly. Whoa. Turnover. Whoa. We're running away with it now. We just absolutely trounced them. Up by 20. What just happened? We just curb stomped them, dude. Bo Nix, 4 touchdowns, 75% completion. Thoroughly outplays Mahomes through 4 interceptions. Bo Nix just incredibly destroyed Patrick Mahomes. More touchdowns, way less picks, way better completion percentage, more yards. Javonte Williams still played well. Their running game was nothing. Our run defense is stout, man. 83 yards for Marvin Mims and 2 touchdowns. Brian Thomas, 81 yards. We allowed 2 touchdowns to Luke freaking McCaffrey. 1 touchdown for Rashee Rice, 1 touchdown for Cole Kmet, and 1 touchdown for Javonte Williams. He's a big part of this passing game in the backfield. Then, defensively, 2 sacks for Chris Jones, a half for Sanders, Ellis, Browning, and Downs. JFM had a tackle for loss. So did Jonah Ellis. So did Jerzon Newton. So did PS2. And picks. Let's see who got the picks. Patrick Surtain, 2 of them. Drew Sanders, 1 of them. Riley Moss, 1 of them. Did he score a touchdown on one of them? No, he didn't. Okay. We didn't have any, special scores, but we just absolutely demolished the Chiefs, dude. I didn't even have to pretend to play that one. I was not expecting that at all. In the Chiefs game, bad news. No, Odafe always been hurt. I forgot to mention that earlier. But we just had a big loss of DeMarcus Lawrence. Neither of them will be back for the Super Bowl. That is not good for us. Well, will? No. We're 1 week shy of Odafe Owe getting back. But now we're down to, John Franklin Myers. Not amazing, that's for sure. Let's see what we got for upgrades. Maybe some good stuff here. Drew Sanders got another upgrade. That's a big one. He's played very well this season. Been a very big part of this team. Led our team in interceptions. As a linebacker is incredible. He's a superstar dev. Young guy, going to be a fixture of this defense for a long time. We're going to the Pro Bowl week. We're skipping straight through that. Hopefully, maybe, I don't know. We got to look at our depth chart, see what we're playing. We're playing the Commanders. What in the world is happening? Anyways, we'll just kind of have to ignore that for a moment. The fact that we're playing the Commanders of all teams. Anyways, hopefully we win. I mean, we just destroyed Kansas City. Surely the Commanders shouldn't be an issue, right? Nobody's been able to run on us at all in the playoffs. We have a really good run D, but honestly, that is the specialty of DeMarcus Lawrence. And the fact that he just got hurt could be a major fault. Javonte Williams is up to X Factor. I see that little icon up there. That's a big one. That is a massive one. We have a dynamic running back now. Zach Wilson, our backup, up to a 73 overall. That's great. Love to see it. Always love to see that. Let's see. We got a press conference this week prior to the Super Bowl, and let's see what they got for us. Good morning. It is Super Bowl week. Let's get to it. Obviously, a lot of preparation goes into the big game because they can't say Super Bowl. It's the game. I don't know. Can you talk to us about your players and how they've been preparing all week long? Sure, I can absolutely do that, Mr. Peter Gaffney, Patriots legend. Quick question about right guard Quinn Miners. I want him to be pass blocking. Our passing game's kind of been where we've been at this postseason, I think, other than the first game. And so I'd rather him be able to do that. Commanders have a good interior D-line. We definitely need them to hold up. Looking at this, Javonte Williams goes up to a superstar X Factor, obviously. Everybody else is the same, I think. I don't think there's any difference I'm noticing. Defensively, Trenton Simpson up to a superstar. PS2 regressed? Are you joking? He regressed? He's not an X Factor anymore? That's obnoxious, man. That's just evil. That's so wrong. We got a much worse D-line now. JFM is starting. And Landon Jackson, who's fine, but whatever. Caleb Downs, he's a superstar. We knew that, though. Jonah Ellis, yeah, we started off with Odafe Owe, who's also now a superstar. He's upgraded. That's a big one. Odafe Owe, Baron Browning. This was DeMarcus Lawrence, and now we don't have any of them. That's tough. That's very tough. Our defense is going to be holding on by some threads, but maybe we can get it done. Let's go to the Super Bowl. Super Bowl time. That music. They cooked. They absolutely cooked with that, man. I don't know if you can hear that at all, but they did great. They did an absolutely phenomenal job. Bo Nix, Jaden Daniels, part of the 2024 NFL draft class. Yeah, this could be huge. This could be absolutely huge. Bo Nix has a chance to do something incredible here. Starting off the game, we made a big goal line stand of some sorts. We're going to get 3 points to kick off the scoring. Match it with 7 more points. They're only scoring field goals. And we're moving right along. Second quarter's about to come to an end, and we're up by 10. We got the ball back already. We're turning the ball over. We're getting the ball. Forget Odafe. We are just destroying. Jump forward, dude. I don't even need to see this. End of game. All right, they got 11. If they score again. I couldn't even get the sentence out. We were clamping up early on, but we got to make sure we get this here. I'm more than likely throwing this to Javonte Williams on the release. No, Bo Nix just absolutely just whiffed that so bad. We're punting this away. We're already at the 48. We maybe can pin them back very, very deep. Oh, that was bad. Not too bad. Not too bad. Could have been worse. 14-yard line. They got to get 8 points. Play back. Play outside. We got to have our pass rush get home, though, man. I need this pass rush to get some action. Drew Sanders with a big hit. Only 3 yards allowed. That's big. Thank you, sir. 2 takeaways today. That's big. In the Super Bowl, we got 2 takeaways. Drew Sanders making plays. What we like to see. Big sack. Whoa, way down to the 5. Jerzon Newton, Johnny Newton gets him way back. That is huge. Massive stop there. I mean, they're going to have to punt now. After this play, I mean, we can't let them score on this or do anything on this play. Get to the sticks and just keep them back, man. Riley Moss, he's going to pick that one off, and that's game. Riley Moss, white chocolate, out here calling game in the Super Bowl. What? And he's flexing that he just tackled the DB. Like, do you know what you're doing here, man? Riley Moss, first white cornerback in I don't know how many years, and he gets a Super Bowl interception. They do have all their timeouts, but, I mean, it's worthless at this point. Let's be real. Javonte Williams. Javonte Williams. That X-Factor running back. He's getting us down to the 10. Big time running from him late in this game. That was terrible. What am I doing? What in the world am I doing? What did I just do? Why? Why? Am I stupid or dumb? I don't know. You tell me. I just, like, we had this game completely sold out, down. It was over, and I just opened it right back up. PS2, what are you doing, Jaden Daniels? You suck at football. Oh, my gosh. Like, I mean, he doesn't, but, like, if he's doing that, he does. Like, goodness, man. PS2, you're throwing it right over PS2. Give him that X-Factor back right now, buddy. We ain't worried about it. We ain't worried about it. PS2 in the building. And we just got ourselves a Super Bowl. I said that before, but this time I believe it. I really believe it this time. Let's go. Oh, I meant to keep it. Oops. Ah. Oh, well. Let's do it again. See if I can get the same play again. If he runs, I'm gone. I just didn't press the button. Oh, he kept up. He actually didn't, but I ran into it. That was on me. Now we got to throw again because I'm being stupid. Goodness, dude. I have not wreck shot more than this right here, like, ever. Can you get in front of him, Colkmet? And Troy Franklin needs to go play safety because that was a great hit. I just threw 2 picks because I'm such an idiot, dude. Let me just please get out of this game. Watch him throw a pick back. Like, what, 5 straight plays? Goodness. Good tackles. Good tackles, man. Brian Robinson, he's got 50 yards, but that's really not that much. We're doing good. Oh, that's a safety. Landon Jackson almost got himself a safety. I tried to dive at him, but I missed it, but it's okay. We're in good spot. We're in a really good spot. These middle linebackers are sick. Trenton Simpson and Drew Sanders, two really good athletic freaks at the middle linebacker position. Ball's out. Get it. Johnny Newton recovers. I'm going to call game now. I'm going to do this again and just feed it to Javonte so I'm not stupid. 3-yard line. Javonte, 121 yards on the day. What a game from him. Incredible game from Javonte Williams. Might be Super Bowl MVP worthy, especially if he can get it in the end zone on this play. Not at all. Okay, should have gave it to Bo Nix. He would have got it in, but that's the game. Let that confetti fall for the Denver Broncos, baby. 27-19 versus the Commanders, taking home the W. Jaden Daniels, we'll see you again, I'm sure. Ring me. Ring season. Let's see this celebration. I haven't watched it in a while. It's been a minute since I've done one of these rebuilds. Let's watch this. Peter Gaffney, Patriots legend. He's got like a bajillion rings. If you know, you know. Brian Thomas was a key contributor. Mark Andrews, does he get a Super Bowl ring? Never played a game, but he's a Broncos legend. He got us Brian Thomas. Randy Moss showing us that trophy. Showing us that trophy, Randy. Thank you, sir. Let's go. Javonte up front and center. Super Bowl stage in New Orleans, looks like. Peter Gaffney raising another one. Let's go. That's big time. Checking out the player stats on this one. I'm going to take away two. So Bo Nix didn't throw any picks. He didn't. 228 yards. I didn't help with that. The completion percentage is already pretty low. Like, there's no way the 2 picks took away that. It was just low to begin with. Javonte probably won the MVP here, unless somebody had a crazy defensive game. Receiving-wise, Mims had 61. 1 catch, but it went for a touchdown. Tez Johnson, 1 catch, but it went for a touchdown. Brian Thomas, 3 catches for 36. We're very much a short passing team, but that works, man. 2 sacks for Johnny Newton. Frankie Louvu with 1. Baron Brown with 1.5 for Simpson and Downs. Picks, we had 1 from Moss, 1 from Louvu, 1 from Chin, 1 from Patrick Surtain. Forced fumbles, Drew Sanders, Baron Brown, and Caleb Downs. I'm seeing a lot of Caleb Downs here, man. No blocks, no safeties, no touchdowns. But I guess it's probably got to be Javonte Williams. That's my guess. He is the MVP of this one. We'll go to next week and see. It was, in fact, Javonte Williams who wins it. Mike Tomlin gets the Coach of the Year. TJ Watt's Defensive Player of the Year. Everything else, whatever. You see it over there. Not even our players, but I'm a Steelers fan, so I'm gonna own it where it is. Let's see. Who retired? Who do we let right off into the sunset? Probably a lot of guys. Bakhtiari, D-Hop, David Andrews, Zach Ertz, Brian Anger. All these guys, I mean, these top 4, I mean, nothing against Brian Anger, but, like, these are all dudes that, like, thoroughly deserve rings. I mean, David Andrews, maybe not because he's gotten plenty, but, like, Ertz, Hopkins, Bakhtiari, those guys deserve rings. I'm glad they got one, and that's what it takes. 3 years. I predicted 3 or 4. We took 3 years, got Bo Nix a Super Bowl in Denver. Let me know what you guys think about this. Let me know who y'all want to see next as the next rebuild. Either way, thank y'all for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next one.